making that
You're,
speech
I'm
about
still
fuzzy
waiting
logic,
for.
right? You were
I'm still
saying
waiting for the
something
first point.
according to the fuzzy
I'm
logician,
not. I'm not
they
interested
find
unless you
different
explain the first point.
numerical values in the
I'm not
continuum
interested.
of propositions.
No one's
They're
listening.
talking about how likely those propositions
no
are.
one is
That's not
listening.
true at all. They're talking. They have a conception
No one.
of truth,
No one is
and that
listening.
conception of
I'm not
truth is
listening.
analyzed in terms of degrees, right?
Where was
So
I? Where was I
propositions, you
making
take
the
truth
first mistake?
values for
So you're
each
just gonna
point of the
waffle.
continuum, right?
Okay.
I think he's saying if you misapplied like fuzzy logic,
No, the thing is, look, he said Lagareth. He unmuted and he said, "I made two mistakes. Something about propositional logic, and then something about fuzzy logic." And I asked him what my first mistake was, and he said, "Well, you spoke about it wrong."
Yeah, I think he.
Yeah, and he hasn't explained it.
Okay, real quick for the stage. Anybody who's here, because let me just make one brief point about my interest here, and then I'm going to make another appeal to people on the stage. So just the first point about my interest. I'm saying you said stuff that were wrong. If you want to deny that you said that, I'm not interested in a dispute about the historical facts.
I don't even know. I don't even know what you think I said.
I'm not done. I'm not sure why you're talking over me.
Okay, sure.
I'm not interested in a dispute about the historical facts about what transpired a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
What I'd be happy with is like a conditional concession. If I did say this, then I would have been wrong.
Sure.
And then I'm just gonna let everybody. Sure. And hold on. Then I'm just gonna happily let everybody go back into replace.
Yeah, you can retract it. Yeah, sure. No problem.
I'm not interested in fighting over what you said. All right. Now here's a second point about what's going on right now. I'm just explaining very clearly what I think the mistakes are and why I think you made them. And I even got you to tell me directly if you understood what I think the mistakes are. So you can't go back and say, I never explained what they are, because not only did I say what they are, after I finished, I said, do you understand what I'm claiming the mistakes are? And you said yes, and people can go back into replays and check that as well in case you want to deny that.
Yes, stating something is not the same thing as explaining it. I heard you when I heard you clearly when you said that you thought that I made a mistake regarding propositional logic. What I did not hear was an explanation of where I made that mistake. So I'm going to. No, I'm still speaking. I'm still speaking. What I want to hear, the next words out of your mouth is, firstly, repeat my first mistake, what you heard I said, and then give me your account of why you believe that I made a mistake. Just the first mistake. If you can do that.
Let's face it.
Oh, there are no replays? Okay. So I'm willing to go through this again, but this time I'm going to get agreement at each stage of it. So let me just state the first mistake, and then we're going to get agreement that you understand it. Here is the first mistake. You're misusing the word propositional logic. Can you repeat to me what I just said?
I'm misusing the word propositional logic, and you're misusing. You're misusing your brain right now.
Do you understand what I'm claiming the mistake is?
I have no clue whatsoever
Propositional
about the mistake that I'm making by misusing propositional logic at all.
I'm not asking if you know why you made that mistake. I'm asking if you understand the mistake I'm claiming.
I have not heard what the mistake was and how I misused propositional logic yet.
Hold on. There's a distinction between what I'm saying the mistake is, and then the reasoning for why you made that mistake, right? So those are separate things.
Oh.
I'm just asking you if you understand the claim I'm making. Do you understand the claim I'm making?
Okay, so you retract your original statement that I said I made two mistakes. I just made one mistake by misusing the term, and you're going to substantiate.
That hosted the bet was me and two big stages, big people that have over 500,000 followers on X. There was a Twitter thread in the beginning or middle of December that clearly says the words escrow, date by
He's got selective memory.
2024. I have
Kazi. He got selective memory. What's all of that?
Hold on, please. Look.
No, King, why you lying, bro? Why you lying?
On Clubhouse. You did not make it on Twitter. There were no stipulations. There were no exceptions.
I didn't make the bet on Twitter. Is that what you just said?
Yes, you did. You made a bet. Everybody was here.
Hold on. You said I didn't make
There
the
was
bet
no
on Twitter.
stipulation. It was a straight up bet. No stipulations. no exceptions.
Hold on,
And you know that. So don't try to
Wait,
rewrite
hold on.
history, bro.
Why are you trying to make shit up?
And this is exactly why so many people have the same story
Wait,
with
why are
you,
you
bro.
so desperate
Look,
to lie on
look,
my name?
Kazi, at the end of the day, bro,
No, you don't,
it's
bro.
not even about
You're
the money.
a fucking
I just want
fraud.
you to change your life, bro.
Solomon,
That's it. I don't really care, bro. Money is whatever.
Mr.
I just want you to change your life.
Mr.
That's
Ade.
what this really is about. It's
Mr.
about you
Ade.
changing your fucking life. Because when you
Mr.
go out
Ade.
there, you represent
You
black men.
can't put.
You
Listen,
represent
I don't represent
us.
you.
And it's a problem that you go around
Listen,
trying to
wait, hold
scare
on.
niggas, bro.
Why are you trying to lie on my name?
That's
You
what I
trying to build
care
up a
about.
reputation
I'm not
for
lying on you,
Africans?
nigga. The fuck is you
Yeah,
talking about?
no,
You
he's
know
a
what I'm
scamming
saying?
dirty black.
The fuck is
No,
you talking
you
about?
try lying on my name.
Bitcoin
to
didn't
build
even go
up
to
your own.
39,000. What the fuck are you talking about? You owe me
You
10K,
try
dummy.
lying on my name.
No,
I'm
he
not
said,
lying on you.
King, he
Everybody
said that
has
it
the
was
same type of story
possible.
with you,
He
bro.
said that it was
Listen,
possible.
Everybody
That
has
it
the
was
same
loaded.
type of
Wait,
story
why are
with
you
you.
It was
still yelling?
possible.
And that's sad.
I
I
said
need
it's
you to change
Yo,
your life.
He said it was possible.
Kazi,
What's
you
going
are,
on?
you are like what, 26,
He used
27?
the word
You know,
possible.
right now, Kazi,
Nathan,
you are like a
what's
young
wrong with this man?
Nathan, Kazi. You are a young Nathan. You gonna end up like
He
this
mad.
nigga
He
by the
mad.
end of the decade, bro.
Yo,
I don't
King,
want
Yo,
you to end up
MB,
like that.
what?
Yo,
Yo,
King,
MB.
yo, King, you
How
hear
much
me,
money
bro?
you made Ozzy before?
Yo,
Because I made money
wouldn't
with
even
MB
trip,
before.
bro. Like, we already know what's going on right now. This is like, it's a little like, this is just like a content thing. Like, no one really, even Nathan don't hold this nigga as a credible nigga. He's just
Oh,
here,
I
he's
know.
just trolling.
Nah, this nigga, this nigga truthful, bro.
This is payback for you supporting Samoa.
Exactly.
When,
That's
he
all.
didn't take. So
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
just say,
That's
bro,
all.
like, for real, like, I don't know what else is
Yo,
supposed to come of this if this is going to be
PTR
the
has
content for
a
the rest of the day.
dying, bro.
And for real, it only
What's
is
going
going to be the content for the day, King, if you feed into it and, like, you know, give
Yeah,
this bum
listen
ass
to Louis,
nigga,
bro. Listen to
give this
Louis.
bum ass
Listen to the
nigga
little
the
nigga.
energy that he's looking
Yeah,
for,
Louis
bro.
running. Listen to the little nigga trying
Alright,
to big
that's
dog
it
you.
anymore.
So real quick,
But
right?
yeah,
Yo, King, you got your little niggas big dogging you, bro.
Like, all this bitch ass nigga wants is attention, bro.
Hold on.
You see this? You see
No,
this?
that's all right.
Ostracized.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Wow,
Nigga?
King, you-
in every corner of
King,
the app.
you let this dude
Niggas,
drink.
niggas know how
String
he
you like a
rolls.
puppet too.
Use an old
Niggas know how he rolls.
Bro, he's stringing you like a puppet, bro.
There's not one
Ozzy
person in the room
and Ronnie
except
Taylor.
the bum ass niggas that he his cronies that he brought with him that believes in the bullshit that comes out of his mouth.
I believe him, bro. What you talking about? I
We
believe
could
him.
yell, we could yell in a circle, you know what I'm saying, and like call him a bitch ass nigga, and he is a bitch ass nigga. But for real, like at the end of the day, like what is to be gained? You feel me? Like
As long as he's here,
we
bro,
know he's a bum. We know he don't. We know
But
he.
Louis,
We know
as
he's
long
not
as
good
he's
for
here,
it.
He cannot talk, bro.
Yo, Ken,
You
we know he's
understand-
not good for it.
You understand I'm former federal agent, right?
I don't give a fuck, bro. You are a former.
They don't get that, bro.
and current.
They
You are
don't get
former and
They
current.
don't get that.
I'm licensed security professional.
What are
They
you
don't
talking
get
about?
that.
Niggas former and
So you
current
scam people and
sociopath.
then you tell them you're a former agent to what is that?
No, I'm a former fiduciary since 2020.
Wait, you still got here?
All right, is that
Boy, no, you should- boy,
You got another one, Ozzy, another fan, bro.
I'm not a
Big
fan. I'm
Rex
not.
talking
Julian.
talking the truth.
Is that what you're doing? You take people's shit, you lie to people as a fucking black or whatever the fuck you are, and you say, I'm a federal
Wait.
agent.
No,
which
I'm a
agency you
former
work for?
fiduciary.
A former federal agent. And now you're a thief. You're a present thief and a former federal agent. So thank you for representing my country. You need to be exported.
Representing your country. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not
You're a dirty
FBI.
person. You're a dirty person. Now
Do you know what a
first you are a
fiduciary?
federal
Hold on.
agent,
Let me
right?
ask you something. Do you know what a fiduciary is?
What is a fiduciary?
You're a
Educate me.
grown man.
Don't fall for
What
that
is a
question.
fiduciary? You
You're
faggot
gonna fall
fucking
to a
thief.
circle.
You're a
Don't
man.
Guys, this is Samoa talking, bro.
So what is a
Oh,
Big Rex.
hell no.
Guys,
They got the
This
same.
is what happens if like someone
Cadence.
took meth or some shit like that.
No, this is
Oh,
young
nah.
Nathan. This is a young Nathan. That's who this is.
I'm a former
Nah, young
fiduciary.
Nathan.
Which
I'm
means
honest,
that
bro.
this is my life.
Hey,
He's
this
a young
man,
Nathan,
bro.
he's a professional retard. He gets paid for being retarded, bro. Are you kidding me? He practices retard shit every day.
It
This
was
fool
his
looks in the mirror,
accent
he
that put it into a world.
Bro, you can't look. Nobody can compete with this guy's fucking jargon, bro. You know what a fiduciary is? Like see how he trapped that fucking poor guy right now? He got him right now. He's like, what is it? It's like, don't even ask the guy a question.
You just hate it. You just hate the game.
I do hate the game. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
That's his
like,
style.
Nathan
He comes from the same school as Samoa.
It's okay to hate this kind of game. If it's
I mean, I don't think so, but I can see why you would say that. Though.
no, Mike, Nathan is
Like the same school. We got another thing.
But listen, this guy. Look, Samoa sounds stubborn. Samoa sounds like fuck. I'm not losing no matter what. This guy is a liar. He's like a sick, one of the sick ones. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because when Samoa comes in here, here's why. This is why I see it different, right? Again, this is like my experience versus yours, right? Samoa comes in, he can talk about this, he can talk about that, we can joke a little bit. This guy's sole purpose of coming in is I'm not a fiduciary. Like, he just comes in with the intention to preach his fucking script. There is no mingling, there's nothing, hey, how you do? Like, the fucking thing, you know what this is? I'm not a fucking
You know what? I'm not judging the character. I'm just judging that argument style. That's what it is.
Bro, this guy's sick. He can't stop, bro.
Samoa used the same techniques.
No. Samoa, well, fine. You know what? Like, if I'm like, oh, I want to be basketball. You know what? Look at Jordan's technique to cut left. Fine. This guy's wearing Jordan fucking.
I agree with Mike on this. It's straight
He
up.
never shuts off.
Grandeur. It's delusions of fucking grandeur.
Yeah, that's right.
I see that.
That's why I said sociopath.
Look, Mike. He left because he owed Kay some money. He's okay that he didn't put the money in the escrow. He don't want to lose. He has a record of not losing.
No, I get that part. Look, you're right. Like, you got no payer versus no payer, fine. But what I'm saying, let's look at it beyond no payer. Let's look at it beyond that, right? Now you got like, I can't shut my sickness off. I can't not talk about my life. I have to try to convince other people. Samoa just comes in and he can't stop talking about it because he's trying to prove people right. But if it's not for a bet,
And he can't convince people that.
Wait, Mike, has Samoa paid up on a bet before?
Mike,
he's never lost to pay.
all the paid up on the bet.
King, content here.
Yeah, what's good?
Okay, let's go to content. Content, listen, before you start, bro, you know this room. Let me just say this one thing. Content, we don't call women bitches inside here unless you're gay. Right? If you're a male, you call the woman a bitch. The only way you can do it is if you're gay. And if you want to pretend to be gay, we have some questions to ask you, just to make sure that you're not pretending. And they usually start with, what's your body count? Do you spit or swallow? Stuff like that, bro. You better be ready to answer.
Why you need to know?
So look, you gotta make sure it's real.
You guys just let me know when I can speak after content.
No hates. We do.
I'm not gonna interrupt them at all.
Peace.
Wait 1 second, Kazi. No, listen, no threats of violence.
Samoa, I swear to God.
No threats of violence.
I tell the
Okay? And other than Kazi, let me just let him land, bro. Let me just introduce him. Other than that, it's a Swedish beach house. Right? Join our house right up there at the top. Go to Discord.
Okay, I'm about to join the house right now.
That's not true, Nathan. The second that you talk about these shower cap wearing black bitches, again, you're gonna get clipped.
Aren't the gays on the side of black women? Like, what's going on?
I love that.
Why aren't you supporting them? Aren't the gays like in alignment?
You gotta chill, Adam.
Okay, so content can absolutely, I'm not even gonna tell him anything. I'm gonna just let him tell y'all his story, his version, right, of what he saw in the room with Kazi, so that nobody has to, you won't think I'm front running the conversation. Can you? Oh, I'm not.
That sounded just like Samoa.
I'm not. So, content, can you tell them about the day in question when Kazi bet Thug Bully money to donate to a charity?
The entire context.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think documentation beats conversation. I'm looking through my phone right now that I have it recorded because I kept the actual recording. We was in a room and Kazi lied and said that he donated money to some charity. So I called the charity pretending to be him, and just to confirm the amount that was donated because he screenshotted a picture and put up said $100,000. He only donated $10. But like I said, Kazi is a habitual liar who I'm not gonna go back and forth with. I actually have the recording in my phone, so y'all just give me a second so I can play it because I don't go back and forth with liars.
Yes, sir. We got you, content. We got you, bro.
I'm not a liar at all.
There you go. It's the fiduciary.
fucking
It's
liar.
like,
You owe me 10K, nigga.
So,
Talk about I'm not
so
lying.
let's add context.
Fuck out of here.
This fool said
Came in, look, he's gonna play the recording.
$10? Is that what he
Guys,
did?
he's gonna play the
10,000, yeah.
recording. So let's see if I'm lying. I'm gonna tell you right exactly what happened. The recording's gonna actually
Kazi,
correlate
you
with what I'm
continuously
saying.
get exposed, bro. You've been exposed from the Bitcoin side, on the culture side. You've been exposed a million times,
I'm
bro.
saying right here. I'm not being
I'm telling you to change your life, bro.
Guys,
That's
Free
what
your homie Kazi.
you need to just
Free
change
your
your life.
homie Kazi.
Well, can I say, is this something where like we're gonna see who's right, or do we just know he's wrong? We just want to
I'm not
fucking
lying.
rub it
You
in.
won't allow us to see who's right. Because
Man,
you're
fuck
going to
off.
We
continuously
already know who's
overspeak.
right, dude. King is right for saying
Okay.
that.
Content's about to play
No.
the video. He called
Like,
me a
who
liar.
ca- like,
This man called.
Just why don't you sit here and marinate in the shit that you caused and just listen?
Guys, the guy called
That
me
is-
to be me. What else is he gonna lie about?
If he is so easily disproven, and I might agree with you, Mike, why is it so hard for him to lay out his bad case?
I'll
for
tell
us
you
to
why.
work with?
Because listening to him talk is like worse than listening to iPod.
Wait, hold on.
Like it's the fucking
If it's true, right?
torturous.
If it's true, right?
It's
why
torturous,
does he
dude.
have to- Why does he have to slander the conversation and say
Painful when Kazi, you pussy, nigga. Shut up. Ain't nobody trying to listen to you, man.
Look,
The fact that if you
Free your homie Kazi.
Look, even in
Stop
court,
using other
even in
people's
court, right?
information to
Even in
fucking make
court,
your fucking shit, bro.
the plaintiff and
Just
the
stop it,
defendant
man.
both get to
Change
lay out
your
their
life,
shit.
sir. You need to
Hold on.
change your life.
Hold on, Nathan. If I'm in
Stop
court
going
right
around
now,
trying to scam people. You
I'm
done had
defending.
five, 10 people with the same type of story, bro.
Look, no one's
You know,
scamming
you know,
anybody.
Content came in here and called you the same thing I called you January 2nd when you started the nonsense. You are a habitual liar.
King,
You know that word, habitual? You know what that makes the liar in this
You don't have
context?
a registered company.
Habitual liar. You're a registered retard.
Hold on, please.
You are a registered retard.
Bro, please. You're
Your registered company
is
I
You're not
do
some
want to say,
international.
you
You are a liar.
If I may,
You have delusions of grandeur.
if I may, just really quickly, I want to let you speak. I also just want to say some of us had reached that conclusion before you made a bet with him, King. So,
Yeah, and I took one for the team to find out.
you lost nothing. Go on.
Thank you, Ms. Talley. So first and foremost, right, when I came into the room, and Content can verify the shit because he's about to play the recording. When I came into the room, I said, and I quote, Doug Bully was bullying someone else. Financially, he was speaking about how he has so much money, he can put money on somebody's head and all this other shit. So I took it upon myself as a money person, right, that talks about money 24/7 on this fucking application. You know what? Let's make an example out of this guy. I didn't fucking donate $100,000 to the Salvation Army, but I did donate $100,000 to the Autism Corporation that Ms. Cora represented. The audio shows Content calling with information, half of the information, and then he finishes the call pretending to be me. And you can't verify a donation of somebody else's information. You can't call a fucking donate. You can't call a company that makes anonymous donations to organizations and then verify somebody. You can't do that. Anybody that has common sense as an adult knows that, right? But people on this application just don't have fucking common sense. So one thing I did is I made an example and I said, hey, Thug Bully, if you, in the audio will fucking verify it. Hey, if you can donate $1,000, I will match you $100,000. He didn't donate anything, so I didn't donate anything. I just made an example to try to pressure him to donate $1,000 to a good cause.
This nigga is
Wasn't gonna hurt. Well, hold on, I'm not lying.
This
There's
nigga's
an audio.
a fucking scammer, bro.
Guys, there's
Weird.
an
Like,
audio.
there's no court, bro. You're already in prison.
Can
Now you're just trying to like
Can I
There's no
trying to be in trial. You already been convicted, bro. The bailiff took you away.
Okay,
You're
we'll
behind
consider
bars
this
and
an
you still
appeal.
think you're
Consider
right.
this an appeal. Okay.
Hold on, can
This is
I
not
give
no
y'all
Guilty
exhibit A?
denied.
Hold on, can I give y'all exhibit A? Here's exhibit A. Look at my PTR. Now he just said that he didn't.
did not donate, right?
Because he
But
didn't
here,
donate
but hold on.
Content, let her land, please.
Hold on. In that room, here is the receipt that he posted in the room for everybody to see that he made $100,000 donation to South
In
Asian.
the audio, I'll
Yeah,
also say.
Smoke. He did the same tactic where
guys,
you
in
can
the room.
change in the HTML on any
Guys,
website.
in the
You can
room.
change the CSS, like you can change the
But we
numbers
get it, Ken.
of anything. If you know how to check the code, you can change the number to say anything on that instance of the code. Obviously, that doesn't change the actual backend, but on the screen, you can change any number if you know what you're doing. That's what he did, and he did the same thing with another female named Cora.
No, I
We
didn't.
were having a situation
I
there.
have
He
the
did
video
the same tactics, Smoke.
I have the
Same
video
fucking shit he
recording
did.
of the donation.
Not only
You're a
that,
fucking retard.
not only
I have
that,
the video recording of the
when
donation.
he called the Salvation Army to prove his so-called $100,000 donation, he said his
Not to
name.
say the amount.
The man said.
Wait, hold on. It's May. Did you get a write-off for that said donation? Maybe you could post that receipt.
Yeah, I don't.
Let's
I don't.
No. Hold on. Let him answer.
No, hold on. I'm not sure that Smoke got a chance to land.
I don't have taxable land.
So he's acting as if
Because you don't have legitimate income.
Yeah, no, we
should
should
just
just add
add
it
it
to
to
yeah.
Cosby.
he's trying to act as if content called the Salvation Army and said,
Pretending
I
to be
want
me.
to check the donation that someone else made. That is not what content.
No, I didn't say that.
Content
He
heard
pretended to be
all
me.
of Kazi's information. He called. Because,
Not this again.
Kazi did it on the stage. He called the Salvation Army and repeated all the same information that Kazi said. And the man then, because content didn't tell them, don't say the amount. Content said, and can you tell me the amount? And the man said, you made one transaction for $5 and something cents, and then that declined, and then you tried again, and you made another $5.30 donation, and that one went through. And then he posted, right? So I just don't understand why he's lying.
Yeah,
He made a
that was a dope
$5
room, Kazi.
donation.
You killed it.
I said, Miss Smoke, in the room, did I not say at the end, have you not all been entertained? Did I ever?
Bro, don't
Yeah, you wasted people's time. That's what you did.
Wait, he did that lame shit with y'all too?
Yeah, it's like round 2 of this shit. Like I'm speculating.
Like he was kidding the whole time, and
Yeah, like he fucking had the room going for like 3 hours, and then he did a $5 donation. It was hilarious, but I commend Kazi for the entertainment aspect.
Yeah, he got caught.
But that's all it was.
Yeah, but like this round 2 though, like low key, like I just think like Kazi is like testing his like security measures to see if anybody like layman like us.
He's a scammer.
Of course he's a scammer. Of course but he's mad smart. I ain't gonna lie. He got the whole crowd on the toes. Oh, my fault. I got my big mic.
I don't have to yell.
Dude, dude had like 100 people in the room, like on their knees, on their fucking toes and shit. It was hilarious. He was strolling like a.
Y'all skipping past the important part. His
Listen,
card.
Okay,
It did decline. I was there for that. My bad to Button. I don't know if that's a cue.
there's not a queue.
Well, because he had over 100 people in the room, like like, at his every word. He is a scammer. He is a scammer.
So content is also trying to
He
speak.
can use those skills for something else. Though.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay.
Can I
So
speak?
content's turn to speak.
So before we revealed that he was lying, he actually swore to God on 3 different occasions that he really did it. He literally used the words, "I swear to God, I made this donation." You know what I'm saying? And
Did you play the audio?
Smoke,
Yes.
you were there
Uh-huh.
when he posted a receipt, and I
thought-
saw
wait,
that.
hold on. You said you had an audio.
Kazi, shut the fuck up, bro.
They showed the first 6 digits of the actual credit card number. I went to a website called binlist.net. That's BINLIST.net.
Yeah.
And I typed in those first 6 digits of their credit card number and found out it was a cash app card.
Not a credit card.
No, it was a cash app.
Cash App card.
It's not credit
Okay.
card.
And we was like, so you made $100,000 payment with Cash App? And he was like, no, it's this crypto account card. I'm like, no, bro, this shit coming up Sudden Bank.
That's not what I said.
Yes, it is.
So what are we doing now? We confirm that he's a scammer. Now what?
We're trying. What we're doing is we're trying for a one mic policy. That's what we're doing.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Good
so-
afternoon, no morning time.
Look, I'm gonna.
So I have the
Yeah.
clip.
I said
I never,
Okay.
I never landed, bro. Just give me
Go ahead.
20 seconds.
I got you.
I have the clip. It's 7 minutes. I don't think we should play it because now you've lied and
No,
said
no,
that
you
joked
should
the
play
whole
it.
time.
Play it.
Yeah.
No, you're a liar.
I got the
I'm
second
playing
minute.
it. You're a fucking
We
liar.
all have 7 minutes.
Oh,
Play
Smoke,
it.
I'm gonna just send it to you
Okay.
because I'm actually in the middle of doing a room. I came over here. Smoke asked me, but I'm not gonna go back and forth with a habitual liar that we
Look,
talk.
look.
Yeah,
Let's
send
try
it to me. Yeah, send
Let's
it.
I got you.
Oh, matter of fact, you can put it in their Telegram. Y'all got
Yeah, put it in the
Yeah, give me the
We have
Telegram.
a Discord.
Yeah.
I'll link to
Please
Discord.
drop the video, drop the recording.
He's about to. Shut up, Kazi. He's about to.
Yeah.
I'm with it, bro. Like I'm not.
We
a
know you
scammer.
with it. We know you're an open scammer. We know. You a
But I'm
fucking
not a
three
scammer.
snitches, nigga.
Hold
All
on.
three of them.
Wait, King, what content? Did I or did I not say at the end of the room? Have you not all been entertained? Did
Bro,
I or did
you're
I
a
not say
fucking retard. You
After
not realize
you got caught.
if you want to be the
No.
Joker, you actually have to get the money.
Wait, hold
Fucking
on.
retard.
King,
If you
King.
want to be fucking seen as Kaiser Source,
Wait,
you
what's
gotta
going
get
on?
the money. You gotta have the plan actually work out. Every single time you do some dumb shit, it never works out for you.
King.
You're a three stooges.
I just made $11,000 yesterday.
You didn't make shit, bro. You
I
couldn't
did.
even show.
Uh,
You couldn't even show $10.
Point
Ah,
of moderation.
about
Point of
11,000.
moderation.
This is
Point of
absolute
moderation.
business.
The fuck are you talking about?
This is
Thank
absolute
you.
business.
Point of moderation. The Discord is linked in the chat. You can
Thank you.
I've got the link.
like
Give me 5 minutes
Okay.
to do that.
Appreciate it, content. Appreciate you showing up
Thank
here too.
We asked him to show up. I even said invite him.
okay.
My guy, what's going on?
Before we get to the clip, Kazi, do you have a defense for yourself? Yeah.
Yes, I do. So first and foremost, the audio is going to play everything I said, and everything I said is going to verify. The brother was bullying somebody in the fucking room like he does. I came in the room and I said, "Hey, you're not going to bully me." I said, "Let's go big bank, little bank." That's exactly what I said. I recalled this conversation, and I said, "Hey, if you donate $1,000, I'll match you with 100,000." He said, "I'm not gonna donate any money. Oh, 1,000. I'm not gonna donate 1,000. That's a waste of my money." I said, "It's a good cause. Let's make it. You're talking all of this big shit. Then donate the money." He never donated the money, and then I said, "Look, I'll go first." That's what I said. I said, "I'll go first, and then you just match me with 1,000." So what I did is I did the entertainment aspect of the inspect element for the fucking thing. And I clearly said, and they fell for it. And I clearly said, if you do it, and he still didn't match 1,000. What he did is he went to every other avenue to avoid matching $1,000 to a good fucking cause. That right there shows the character. That shows the character of the fucking shit. At the end of it, I didn't
Yo, we
see
done listening to this.
Hold on,
Bro,
please.
what the fuck?
Please, the audio is gonna verify everything I'm saying.
No,
I'm
it's
here
not.
for it.
Nigga, the audio's not verified.
No, it's
shit.
not.
Play the audio.
We will as soon as he sends it. But that's not what the audio is going to verify. That's not what the audio is going to verify.
Now, please play it. Don't
Yeah,
tell me what the audio
that's
said.
definitely not what the audio is going to verify.
Look.
Because is it not trying to scam someone to
Scam?
help them to? Yes, you're scamming. Is it not a scam to try?
How did I scam somebody by asking
I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell you.
Hey, you gotta be quiet, my man. Let the
You
lady finish.
told a man, I made the $100,000 donation, and you're ass betting. You're trying to get him to donate to a charity and hold him accountable for donating to a charity that you didn't donate to yourself. And you lied about it. That is a scam.
That's not the
You said that you was gonna send $100,000. You posted a PTR saying that you sent $100,000, and then you jumped on the bandwagon of people trying to drag this man all over the app for ass betting. It wasn't until me and Content came into the room. It wasn't. Look at the other people in the chat. You said Okay, look, it was a big ass note. So you came into the room acting as if you had sent the money and demanding that he send $1,000.
Wait, hold on. What is he not understanding? Ma'am, I'm not gonna talk over you at all, right?
Tell that. Never
Oh,
mind.
please.
I can't do that.
I'm not
You're not gonna talk, period. Pussy.
I'm not gonna overtalk you at all. Look, the point of the fucking room was to make an example out of this fucking bully. That was the point of the room. It wasn't about the donation. You're a fucking clown. Anybody in this room who does not understand the context of somebody else wielding, I have all of this money, and then I made a point to say,
remember that? You gotta know the context. You gotta know the context, bro.
The context of the
Exactly. No, you gotta know the context, man.
That's what makes you different. You tried to collect on a lie.
Nathan, please
do I have that right that you tried to collect?
Yes.
Nathan, please put your chin
That's
around
what
my-
makes you a fucking scammer
Guys,
and a liar. That's the context, Nathan. You tried to collect on a lie.
I didn't collect
Do
anything.
you not get that?
I
You
didn't collect
fucking
anything.
tried to collect.
You tried to.
What, ma'am? I didn't ask
You
for any
tried
money.
to.
You
You
tried.
tried to hold him
Accountable for
and
his
say that
words
he
and his
was
character.
ass betting, but he never asked that. The whole bet was you send the money. He's supposed to send the money as well.
No,
And
no.
yes, it
I
was.
said he said
Hold on,
that he
hold
had
on,
the
hold
money
on.
to put on
Hold on,
somebody else.
and then hold on, wait,
started
because
a
you
whole
said that he said multiple times
Wait, I
that he
didn't
wasn't
talk over
donating
you.
nothing.
Wait, ma'am,
Because
my turn.
you're
My
literally
turn.
talking over me.
No, Kazi, you don't got no turn, nigga. Shut up.
You said you told him, right?
My turn.
But however the bet went, right, initially, however the bet went initially, he said, I'm not donating.
That's correct.
You then PTR, because when I came into the room, that was the point where y'all had already made the terms of the bet. You then PTR'd and said, I've made the bet, where is your $1,000 bet? So you literally tried to get him to donate when you never donated.
Okay. Kazi, I don't know that she got to land. I'm fighting for you to also be able to. I'm fighting for you to also be able to speak and land uninterrupted. But you gotta do me a favor and extend that kindness to other people as well, please.
Yo, Tally, why are you trying to show
You
this
heard me.
fucking scammer
Wait,
on
Miss
this
Tally,
fucking
I
dumb
haven't disrespected you.
I'm just being fair. I'm just being fair.
I haven't
I don't know that.
Miss Tally, I
Okay.
haven't disrespected you one time. You
I
asked me to let
understand.
Smoke speak, right?
She
Yo,
did.
Kazi, shut the fuck up, Kazi.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Nobody's trying to hear you.
King, I think you should work with them, bro.
No
For
one's
real.
trying to hear you,
Wait,
man.
hold on. King came off the fucking mic after she was done speaking when it was my
Okay.
turn to speak. You didn't say a fucking thing.
Kazi, shut the
Let's be
fuck
genuine.
up. What the
Hold on,
fuck
let's
is
be
this?
genuine.
Okay, so let me tell you how I hear it. Okay, so you and King actually have the same pattern of doing what I call verbal head nods. If you have ever worked in customer service, you'll know what that is. It's so fucking unnecessary and actually annoying. So both of you interrupted her that shit. Constantly while she was speaking. So I don't know that she actually got to land. And it's not that hard. Just let it.
Kazi, shut up.
Yes. Okay.
She went
because
on
she's
mute.
polite.
That's landing on
Okay.
Clubhouse.
Well, Smoke, did you get to land?
I didn't, because this baboon keeps
You
cutting
did.
me off.
Shut the fuck up, Kazi.
Okay.
I love
Yeah,
Smoke.
so,
Alright, so yes. Smoke lands, and then we'll go to you, Kazi. Okay. That's
No, wait, Tally. And when I speak, make sure
Smoke
you
was cool until I had to pack her
hold
up.
everyone accountable to shut the fuck
I will
up.
try my best. I'm
That
trying.
means with your green bean, move to the
I'm
fuck
trying,
That's so
Kazi.
impossible, concrete.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I'm
No,
trying,
just
Kazi.
No, you're not. If I interrupt somebody, move me.
Okay, one mic on Smoke,
If
and
they
then we'll go
interrupt me,
to
move
Kazi.
the fuck back. It's very simple.
Shut the fuck up, Kazi.
shut
Are
up,
you
man.
afraid?
Shut up, pussy. So, y'all made the bet. You tried to continue to get Thug Bully to donate $1,000. When he did not donate, they created another room. And that is the other room because Thug Bully left.
He ran.
And y'all put his name, hold on. And the crazy part about it is you keep saying that content had the role. It wasn't content. It was Benji. Benji didn't know you to know that you was a scammer. But when me and content came in, people that actually know you, right?
You know me?
We was like, hold on, Benji, because they put Thug Bully's name in the title, and they said Thug Bully is ass betting. So of course everybody's coming in the room, and at first I was actually on Kazi's side, right? Because I don't care for Thug Bully because he's a felon. So I was on Kazi's side, and I was like, damn, somebody got this nigga caught up, right? And then I start listening to the story, and I'm like, hold on, this ain't making sense. So I'm like, Kazi, did you make the donation? And he said, yeah. I said, well, where's your receipt? Because if you didn't show him a receipt, then why should he donate $1,000? He then posted this, right? That's in my PTR. And you see at the top, he put $100,000 donation. He then posted that. So everybody, I was like, well, you could Photoshop that. Like that, I don't think that that's proof. And me and Content told him, how about you call them to verify? He had no pushback about calling the Salvation Army at first until he realized that we was going to want to hear the amount, right? Because I was like, if he did he could have sent anything. Ooh, look at Naturally, and Naturally was there. That was a big room.
Make sure you give me turn to speak.
Sir, you can shut your bitch ass up. Why do you keep coming off the mute? So as this is going on, he gets angry. He calls the Salvation Army off of mute, and as soon as he gave all of his information. At first he said Kazi. He spelled Kaziakis. He said that first, and then he went and the guy was like, I don't see a donation under that name, right? And the guy he said, well, try this name. And I can't remember the lady's name that he used, nor will I say her name on the stage. But he then used that name, okay?
I was in that room too, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Pops. He then used that name. And so the guy said, oh, yeah, I see 2 transactions here. And he was like, oh, don't say the amount. And so that made everybody's spidey senses start tingling, right? And so everybody's like, hold on, we need the amount. So he ended up going on mute saying, they won't give private donation information out. Hold on, I got somebody at my house. Hold on.
It's easier to play the audio.
This is great smoke.
But can I go to the back?
So this is what, round 2 today? Like, what's happening today?
It's my turn.
How many times
do you gotta get exposed with this thing?
I got it.
Fucking attempts, bro. Now you're trying to collect. You tried to collect
It's my
money
turn
from,
to speak, correct?
You tried to collect money from Content, bro. Like this is so terrible, man.
It's my turn to speak, right?
I don't give a fuck, bro. You know I don't care about none of that.
It's Tally.
You know I don't care about none of that. You can't call Tally.
Okay, so if Smoke, okay. If Smoke got a chance to land, we're gonna give Kazi a chance now. Dear other mods, y'all gonna have to start moving this nigga because it's annoying. Go on.
Wait, Tally. Like, stop trying to put yourself in the middle of this. This has nothing to do.
It's called moderating, you fucking ape.
This has
Anyway,
nothing to do.
go on, Kazi.
Okay, I'm back. Somebody was at my.
Oh, so you didn't land?
No,
she never landed.
Yeah, I'm outside in the garage. My community.
Isn't it easier to play the audio that you claim to have?
We'll get to the audio, but you gotta stop interrupting.
Yeah.
Okay, so Smoke and then. Yes, you did. Kazi, every time you fucking unmute and go, no, there's no what happened. That's fucking interrupting, Kazi. Stop it.
Leave her alone.
It's
Please
easier
don't
to
accept
tell
my
the
good
truth.
sister Tally, because then I'm gonna have to go fast. So anyway, as the room's going along, he's PTR'd this picture. He's called Salvation Army. He's given us all the information that we need to then call them because he keep arguing. They won't. They're not gonna give the amount, and you can't confirm a donation. But he had already did it with the Salvation Army on the stage. So someone picked up their phone. They said, "Give me the number to the Salvation Army." They called the Salvation Army, right? And they used all of the same information that Kazi had just used. And the guy broke it down. He wasn't gonna say the amount, and then Content then said, "Hold on, can you say the amount for me?" And so the guy said, sure. He said, the same thing that I said earlier, you know, the $5, and he did another $5 content, looked at the credit card information, and he's right, I forgot that whole part. He sent the $5 with a Cash App card, you know, and it's just a mess. So, Kazi, you were literally trying to get this man to pay up on something you had never followed through with. You never sent them any money. Well, you did. Hold on. Let me get this right.
Get it right.
You did send them money. You
Get it right.
sent $5. You sent $5, but you portrayed it as you sent $100,000. You wanted Thug Bully to come out of his pocket and send $1,000 to the $5 that you donated. That was not the terms of the agreement. That is you trying to scam that man. And then you also jumped on Clubhouse, tried to jump down his throat with everybody else that was like, hold on, you can't be out here ass betting. You're ass betting, you need to pay up. And you was, yeah, he needs to pay up because he's ass betting. All while knowing you never completed your end of the deal. And you were lying.
Have you landed? Thank you.
Yes, bitch.
Okay, so first and foremost, it's easier to play the audio that you assume and claim to have, that content claimed to have sent you, right? And I'm going to read this out loud. No, you typically cannot call and verify donations to the Salvation Army on behalf of someone else. The Salvation Army, like most nonprofits, follows privacy policies and will only confirm donation details directly with the donor for confidentiality reasons. Somebody can get on, right, Clubhouse and pretend, if they have their wife in the background, to say, hey, this is what was donated. You can't call and verify somebody else's fucking donation regardless of how much it is because of privacy policies for corporations. Now, I clearly stated that the reason in the context for the room was to pressure Thug Bully and bully him because he is a fucking bully. Everyone knows who Thug Bully is. So he got bullied. It was to hold him accountable for his fucking character and how he treats people. He treats the people. He says he's gonna put money on somebody's head. He has all this money. He's being braggadocious. I have real fucking money. I donated $100,000 to Cora's fucking shit. I organized a bunch of fucking investors, and we did donate $100,000 to the autism charity. I remember what the fuck it was. Miss Cora said she worked on the board of directors. She did
Let's
not.
get Cora in here.
Hold on, wait. She did not work on the board of directors at all, and she lied saying that she did. I asked her to go and verify the transaction. She said, I'll get back to you on that. Never did. She used the fucking content of the room to try, of chillism, to try to put shit on my name. Because Cora doesn't like me. King doesn't, just like all of you do. King doesn't like me.
Don't mention my fucking name. Don't mention me. Do not mention my name.
Actually, you know what? If he says don't mention his name, just refer to him as Monkey throughout your story.
Monkey. Okay, got you.
In the middle.
Okay, got you. So Monkey, just like a lot of other people on this application who do not like the fact that I'm a smart individual that has lots of fucking money, right? They are very intimidated when I come into a room. They are very intimidated when I speak. They are very... Wait, hold on, love.
Do I know any of him personally on Clubhouse?
The same rules. Yes, sorry.
Okay, perfect.
I haven't landed.
Well, all right, I'll just state the rules, and yes, they do always apply. Rule 1. Rule 1, no calling women bitches unless you're a homosexual or a woman. Rule number 2, no attacking of spouses or children. I don't think that's his spouse, girl, so she on the table. Rule number 3, no credible threats of... We're going to also need to see a marriage certificate. Rule number 3, no credible threats of violence, which is to include doxing. We also discourage reporting because we want to maintain the free speech space as free as possible.
I can land, right?
Okay. Yes.
Thank you. So when it comes down to the context of the room, I asked everyone that says they have a recording. I said, invite content to the room. If he has the recording, let him play it. I also asked the person that was supposed to receive this recording to play said recording. It's been more than
He was supposed to drop it in the Discord.
Wait. Self-control you want to do.
Put that.
Wait. Excuse me. Hold on. I'm not done. So I get muted when I come off mic to interrupt somebody, and I stay on mute when someone tells me to not interrupt. And I might have a little bit of an interruption every once in a while, but I shut the fuck up. I think every one of us are adults, right? Context of the room of the donation that did not happen for $100,000. I said at the end of the room, no, I hope you all have been entertained. It was trolling Doug Bully. That's all it was. It was an innocent, good cause to be donated to. At least I donated something to the fucking cause, and I couldn't use the money that I needed to use to make a larger donation because I do not have Cash App and I do not have a bank account in the United States. That's one of the things that I said specifically in the room. But people don't want to play that part. People don't want to play that part. They don't want to play the recording. Everything that I said verifies and is very credible and legitimate and backs up everything I fucking said up to this point, but they don't want to play the recording because it exposes that people are lying. It exposes the character of people trying to bury my name. That's what people do. You can tell when someone is disingenuous when they won't let you speak. They won't let you put your point on the table. This is how.
So that's you. Got it. Perfect. I'm glad you said.
Kazi, you pussy, nigga. All this don't change shit.
Okay, so.
Wait, hold on.
You pussy, nigga. Wrap this shit the fuck up, nigga.
Hello.
Just a point of moderation. A point of moderation. I don't see that your friend joined the Discord.
Yeah, I just messaged him. He's the only one that's gonna have the.
Can I land, please? Can I land? Or are we just gonna take time?
Yes. Go on.
Thank you, because the woman spoke for 5, 8, maybe 9.
Bitch, fuck you. Go ahead and make your submission.
Right.
Or I'm gonna interrupt you. Yeah, don't play.
So there's a lot of masculine women on the stage. There's a lot of
sure.
men on the stage.
Right.
A hit dog.
You gonna make the point? You gonna make the point or what?
Excuse me. I think the mute button works for everybody on the stage.
So you gonna make the point or what? Like you keep throwing little shots and then you gonna act as if you the victim. Nah, bitch, I'ma come for you.
Exactly.
Hello?
Kazi, so you may be
are you not a moderator on this stage?
I'm speaking.
Yo, that's a fact. You
Yeah.
can't talk. Do better. What's wrong with you?
Okay, so sometimes. Yes.
At all.
There is a result. Okay, it's interesting because you know that these people don't want you to speak, and I'm trying to get you like the time, but you're extending your time unnecessarily.
No.
So I would say,
The last person who spoke was extending the time unnecessarily. I'm getting to the point.
okay, get to the point.
The point of the whole fucking room, right? Before we even started a room on Doug Bully and the brother Benji, they were going back and forth. Doug Bully decided that he wanted to disrespect somebody in the room that he didn't like. The audio will show that. I didn't speak or say anything until I challenged Doug Bully to hold him accountable for disrespecting somebody else. That was my character, to defend somebody else on the stage. I made an example out of the brother and 150 other people in the room. And it was for entertainment. The only way it was going to fucking extend the entertainment factor of the room is if we put a factor, element of surprise. So I put the receipt for the $100,000 donation because everyone was asking for it promptly, quick. I didn't have time to move money around from fucking Nexo to crypto to sell Bitcoin and wait for a confirmation for a fucking hour for 150 people in the fucking room. I clearly stated I did not have a bank account in the United States. I have a Nexo account. Content's like, no, this card that donated is not a Nexo. I said, this is not the card I use. It's not my account. This is an account from the woman Savannah. That's the name that she was looking for, right? That audio verifies that. Okay? So when you come and you make a statement to say, hey, who was the name on the donation? And you don't verify who these people are, You made this up. You made the content up. That's what content does. He made the content up. He said that he was at dinner with his wife or whatever the fuck it was. And then a woman comes on the audio. A woman. I spoke to a man when I spoke on the phone. Then a woman came on the phone. When he says he called the Salvation Army and verified my information, coincidentally, I said, you can't call Salvation Army and verify somebody else's information, but they made this play because the voices changed in the audio. Am I lying? If I'm lying, play the audio.
You're literally lying.
So
So I'm gonna cut you off because you asked, right? Was you lying? So then you wanted me to come off my fucking mic, right? Do you think that Salvation Army only has one call center rep? Because that's not a coincidence that you called and got a man, and then when he called, there was a woman that answered the phone because they have a fucking call center. And how the fuck, again, you keep saying that people can't call and verify somebody else's. They literally called and acted like they were you. You called to confirm some shit and they gave you information. And then he then turned around and did the exact same. Sir, again, you called and verified the donation, and then they called and did the exact same thing at the exact same number that you called. They called and did the same thing. Yeah, so again, did I not say that, King? Did I not say that his name wasn't on the verification?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Right. So hold on. So when you called and you said Savannah, right? You said because you done gave me the name, they gave you the information. You asked them not to say the amount.
That's all I did.
You asked him not to say the amount. The only thing that content did different is he called and said, for my lady Savannah, right? Because at that point, that was the name that you used. Right? So he was like, we're trying to find this donation, my girlfriend, Savannah, da-da-da-da-da. And he said all of the same information that you said. The only thing that he excluded from his comment was, can you say the amount?
So can you play the audio? What's taking so long?
If I had the audio, I would play it. But the majority of the people in the room were in that room that day. And so it's crazy to me that you're trying to deny it.
Hold on. He just said he sent it to you.
He did not say he sent it to me. He said he was about to send it to the Discord. He was about to send it to the Discord. I don't know. Find content and ask him.
He ran from the room. And he didn't join the Discord.
Didn't he tell you that he was I went and pulled him from his own fucking room. He said he's going to send the audio.
But he didn't.
Oh, listen. You can argue that. You
Just
can
9 more
argue
minutes of
that
this, and then
all
we're
fucking
gonna
day because
do what's called reading a book.
No, it does not. No, it doesn't. There's so many people in the room that are literally saying they was in that room. Where is Benji, Ja? Like, Ja was there, Benji was there, Naturally was there, October was there. They're literally coming in. So the fact that you keep saying everybody that's coming in the room, Pops was there. Like, what are we talking about?
The whole time.
Right. What are we talking about?
At the end of the room, did I or did I not say, have you not opened entertained?
No, that was the actor in the movie.
You was like, I mean, but you spent like an hour and a half, maybe an hour with like, it was crazy. It was like over 100 people in the room, and you were like trying to like dodge and dip and dodge about like how much the donation was, and not divulge. Like and then but you was trying to say like you donated $100,000 and you didn't. It ended up being like $5 fucking dollars. It was hilarious. You did say, Kazi, two things I'll say, Kazi. You did say it was at the end. It was entertaining. Three things. No one trusts you on the app, but I think you are in the wrong profession because I think I think you could do a lot better. Yeah, I think you could do a lot better I think you're in the wrong industry, but nonetheless, yeah, go ahead.
Say this right. So first,
this is my other handle though. We know each other, and Smokey knows each other.
I do. Okay, I gotta figure it out, Pop.
Hold on, guys. All I'm gonna say is this, okay? And we can just end this shit here. All I'm gonna say is this, right? So since it was for entertainment, and I said it was for entertainment, months later, people are still upset about the fact that it was for entertainment.
It wasn't for entertainment.
I feel like
You
this shit
only
was
said that
years
because
later.
you got caught. It is years later. The only reason you said it was for entertainment is because you got caught.
Don't put words in my mouth. Because I
What do you want me to put in your mouth?
Hold on, I said it verbatim. Hold on, Pops. Did I or did I not say exactly verbatim that it was for entertainment, and then I was removed from the room?
More or less, you said. I mean, I don't remember. I can't wait for the recording to come. But whatever you did say, this was. I was just saying, are y'all not entertained or something to that effect?
Yeah,
try to complain. You tried to, but you were trying to get some money though. Like I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, maybe I'm the only person who wasn't there.
You were trying. I don't know where the money was going, Kazi. So you were trying to get.
Did I not try to get him to donate to the charity? It wasn't.
Yeah, you did try to get, and everyone was trying to agree to what charity. You did try to get him to donate. He was like,
$100,000 if you guys play.
so I think you were trying to match his 5,000 or something. It wasn't even a match of 100,000. It was 1,000, right? You tried to match it lower.
Clarifying question. So I wasn't there. I don't know any of this. So what aspect of this deal was Kazi going to profit directly from?
Thank you.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. The only thing I could hyper speculate is that, there was some sort of like fake created link that Kazi would put in the chat and have Thug Bully donate to that appeared to look like, which is like way hyper speculation, but yeah, I don't know. King might know that it's easy to do, but I don't know what the agreed link. Okay, cool. So that would be the only hyper speculation that I would come up.
And Kazi is known for creating
Well,
that
listen,
money.
Listen, can you cut out and reach? Just if I may.
It was just full on
If
content
I
for
may,
that room.
I think it's more likely that because he has such credibility issues on the app that it would go to like fix his reputation. Although your theory is also I think plausible.
Thanks. I'm in the shower.
Wait, hold on.
Be back.
Wait, hold on. Give me a second.
I'm listening though.
In the room, we went to the Salvation Army.
Yo, Kazi, nobody's coming to save
I
you,
didn't
bro.
post a link. I didn't post a link for no money to go to me. The guy called Salvation Army. We put the number and the link.
Yeah. Okay, so that is true.
I didn't put a link in the chat.
I mean, y'all did call. Y'all got in contact with real deal people. So
That's right. I didn't send a fucking link to be malicious or take anything from anybody. I'm a former fiduciary, which means for the rest of my life is under investigation. I cannot commit fraud or I'd be in fucking prison for securities violations.
That is not what that means.
No, it is. When you are licensed as a securities professional.
Work a little bit.
Hold on. When you are licensed as a securities professional and you have worked for the federal government, they don't just take you off their fucking radar. That's not what happens. So my real name is on this application on every platform, not just on Clubhouse, on every platform. And I operate a real $170 million business. You can chat GPT, monkey, if you like to, since that's what you like to do. If anybody in this room goes on ChatGPT right now and you say, who is Kazi Atkins? You will fucking find who I am.
You're
I'm not a liar.
Hold on. After that, check who wants to do this.
Can we have that verified?
I did it. This is what it says. It says, Kazi Atkins is an entrepreneur and tech executive based in Greenville, South Carolina. He's the CEO and founder of Vice Capital Inc., a company operating in the management consulting sector. Additionally, he has been associated with Enterprise Technologies Inc., where he's also held the position of Chief Executive Officer. Beyond his corporate roles, Atkins maintains a presence on social media platforms. On Facebook, he shares content under the handle Kamikaze, including videos and personal reflections. He has a YouTube channel, though it contains limited content. In addition to his executive roles, Atkins offers freelance services and website design, internet marketing. Overall, Kazi Atkins appears to be a multi-phase professional involved in entrepreneurship, digital media, and freelance creative services.
I can make a website and make that out. Hold on. Now knowledge. Google it. Has this person been associated with any controversies?
I already did that, and it says, as of now, there are no publicly available records or credible reports linking Kazi Atkins to any fraudulent activities or scams. The information previously provided about his professional background remains unchanged.
Kazi, you do realize that shows you're a fucking retard. You're terrible at scamming.
Wait.
You're terrible. That's sir. We have you on record. This just shows you're terrible, like we've been saying.
Wait.
You need to find a new profession.
Knowledge.
You need to find a new profession.
Knowledge, yes or no? Did you not just verify my professions?
Say maybe.
Well, ChatGPT did.
Thank you.
My profession.
No, ChatGPT
ran a fucking website.
ChatGPT did. You fucking retard. You do not know. The one area ChatGPT is not great at is up-to-date knowledge.
And who cares about your profession? All that
No, it
means
is
is that
not.
you're
ChatGPT
working
is
to get
well
paid.
known, just like all other LLM models, when it comes to up-to-date knowledge, it is not good at. What the fuck are you talking about?
Check me on ChatGPT. What does it say?
Wait.
Wait. Knowledge, are you there? Just out of curiosity.
It is not fucking limited.
Knowledge, are you there?
It's verified. Not public current information.
Knowledge there? Knowledge. Ask ChatGPT what his net worth is.
My net worth isn't public.
Oh my god, it's not. Let's see what it says.
So you're a billionaire?
Yeah, is it a $10 an hour? Knowledge, please ask it that. I know you hear me. Please.
Are you? You're a hundredaire, cuz?
Please.
Yeah. This is how you gonna get it.
ChatGPT is not 2021 anymore. It's not just located for the United States. It says his network is not public information. What does it say, Trayvon? That is not public information. Huh. So what would you have to guess if you had to?
Thank you.
But seriously, does anybody have a topic?
Knowledge, hold on, give me a second. Knowledge, one more thing. Could you do me a favor?
Look, Congress trying to save you, bro.
Could you look up the
That's
network?
Hold
on, please.
Hey, look, please.
Mike, I know you're
I will buy all your Amway products, guys.
One more, right? It says I'm the chief executive officer of 2 public companies. If you could please verify the network. If you could please verify the net worth of Advanced Enterprises, could you do that for me on ChatGPT? I don't want to do it because it's biased if I do it. Could you look up the net worth?
Fuck that shit. What do you want me to do? Hey, what do you want me to do? I'll do it right now.
Look up the net worth of Advanced Enterprises.
How are you CEO and didn't you just say you have no taxable income?
I don't have taxable income because corporations report unrealized gains, sir. That's what an INC is.
No, they report real gains.
Unrealized
real
gains
profits.
and recognized gains.
But that has nothing to do with you as an employee.
Hold on. Is this Michael speaking?
Yeah.
I'm not an employee. I'm a corporate executive of the organization.
That's an employee. Everyone's an employee.
Look, you can be an employee, make $0, avoid all the taxes.
Right.
It's just
That was the trick. You should have said, I get a $0 salary or a $1 salary.
I don't pay myself a salary.
Yeah, you can.
You have to. You have to be an employee of the corporation.
Look, no, I'm an owner of the organization. I'm not an employee. I'm a founder.
There is no owner of a corporation.
You own shares. If you're an employee, but you can be an inventor and have a company with no employee.
You have to be an employee.
You have to be an
A
employee.
founder
What are you talking
means
about?
you're a former.
Guys,
you're a former
founder
employee.
is not an employee.
A founder is not a special title in a corporation.
A founder and a corporate executive officer.
Y'all finna
A
catch
corporate
him up
executive
again.
officer. No, a corporate executive
They're
officer.
both employees. They're both employees.
I have a trust.
Steve
I have a trust
Wozniak.
that owns the company.
Steve Wozniak is the founder of Apple,
Passed up to it.
and he still gets
Steve
a
Jobs
salary.
never took a salary. Steve Jobs
Yes,
never
he
took a
did.
salary.
First of all, he did.
No, he didn't.
He took $1.
Look
He
it up
took
right
a $1
now.
salary. He took a $1 salary. That's
You're being
more than zero.
You're being
No, it literally means you're an employee of the corporation.
I don't
so you
have
have taxable
an employee
income.
base.
You said you don't have any taxable income. You can't run a United States corporation without having
Yes, you
taxable
can.
income.
It's not solely a United States-based recognized organization because it's owned by a foreign irrevocable trust in NEBIS. All of my corporations are.
Then it's not a U.S. corporation.
Trust.
Then that corporation ChatGPT just talked about is not a U.S. corporation. You can't have the same company.
It's not U.S. owned.
So if you're the CEO of this company,
you
would know that you have to set up operations and different companies.
before they go into those.
There is no company in the world that operates in both the NEBIS and the United States as the same entity. You don't have any global corporations. Corporations are defined in every single country.
Let me school you real quick. First and foremost, a trust is not an operating entity.
Kazi, you're not schooling nobody.
A trust, no, I got you. A trust is not an operating entity or company.
You just said a corporation. You said that you're a corporate executive officer, whatever that is.
Of Advanced
Not a
Enterprise.
trust. What does that have to do with a trust?
I'm gonna tell you, Advanced Enterprise
Corporation is an active entity.
Is owned. No, I got you, Michael. A trust is not an operating entity that reports revenue or files taxes. A trust offshore owns Vice Capital Inc. and Advanced Enterprises. That is why the revenue is passed up to the trust and the revenue is reported as unrealized gains because I don't pay myself a salary because I operate in positive debt. It's called the Zuckerberg tax loophole. That's what it is. I take loans and I pay myself through dividends, which are not taxable in the United States. No, look it up. Zuckerberg tax loophole, that's what it's called. We're not talking about Zuckerberg. We're talking about a tax investment strategy for tax engineering for entity structure. Offshore trusts are not
stop all
taxed.
this fucking nonsense, bro.
No.
He wanted to every fucking time. You stop all the word salad.
It's not word salad because you don't understand.
You fucking word salad out here, bro. You do this every fucking time.
We know.
And
We know you're
you can't interchange trust and corporation. They're two different things. So you keep flipping back between a corporation is like a corporation and a trust.
No, brother, a trust entity is separate from the corporation. It is the owner of the corporations, and the revenue is passed up. An S corp and a holding company passes revenue up the ladder to the trust as the holding company offshore. That's how that works. If you
How are you associated with this company? How are you associated with this company?
I'm a corporate executive.
Okay, so you're an employee of the company.
No, I
CEO
founded
is an
both
employee of the company
I wasn't
that serves at
appointed.
the will of the board.
No, I wasn't appointed. I'm the majority shareholder and founder of the organizations, both of them. I founded them.
Who's on your board? Who's on your board?
Multiple different people, private investors. DST Global is one of them.
Yo, nobody's on his board.
It's
bro.
people on board.
Nobody's
Companies
on
can't
his
be on a board.
Shareholders,
Nobody's on his board.
Yeah,
He got called.
Mark Andrews.
Yes, they can.
Impersonate a
Corporations
CEO.
can operate as
They said they're
shareholders.
not associated.
I know. I was here the first time you took them down.
Wait, Michael, no. Focus on this conversation. It said a corporation can't be a shareholder. Yes,
He already got you stuck in a hole. You see that?
Corporations
Yeah.
can in fact be shareholders.
I asked who was on your board of
It's
directors.
fuel. Like,
A corporation
he's already
can't
got
be
you,
on your
bro.
board of
He already
directors.
got you. He already got you. That's it. I heard him pause once, and you kind of stunned him a little bit, but you got
You
you.
sound ignorant. You're uneducated in what you're speaking on.
I definitely am.
An offshore trust entity operates.
And he's still going. You see that?
That's
Still,
separate.
he can't stop. He's sick.
How do you have no taxable income in the United
And
States
you're
if you're an employee of a corporation of the United States? If you're the chief executive officer of any corporation, you have taxes.
You are not forced to pay yourself a salary. You are not forced to pay yourself a
Yes,
salary.
you are. That's why Steve Jobs had a $1 salary.
No, he chose
To be an employee of a
So,
company, you need a salary.
so Michael is right. To be an employee, you
I'm
need
not
a
an employee.
salary. The two
Steve
are
Jobs was an
interconnected. They
look.
can't be. You
Steve
can't separate
Jobs.
the two. Even if it's something like stock reimbursement that has a monetary value,
Steve Jobs
and
was
you'll
an
get some
employee.
sort of taxation.
I'm
so
not an employee.
Steve Jobs. Okay, so if you're an executive,
Steve
you're an
Jobs was
employee.
a-
Okay,
You understand
I'm
that?
also not an employee of the same corporation. So we both
Steve
don't work
Jobs
there.
was an
We
employee
both don't
of
work
Apple.
there. That's fine.
Listen, guys, Steve Jobs.
But if you are CEO of a corporation, you are an employee by definition.
Michael, no, you're not. Unless you choose to be. Steve Jobs was a fucking director of design for Apple.
And
He wasn't
you
just a
are a
corporate
fiduciary and you don't know these basic rules of how to
No,
run
no,
a company?
Michael, follow this, right? I'm a former fiduciary before my corporations were started. That means I used to work for the federal government as an employee.
That's not what a fiduciary means. Doesn't have anything to do
No,
with
yes, I was a senior chartered financial consultant, and I worked for
He's
the federal
already
government.
Okay, so you're also an employee of the federal government.
No, I was an employee of the federal government.
Right. You're a contractor of the federal government.
Michael, listen very carefully so you can have an argument. Trust appoints.
Why are you talking about trust? Why are you talking about trust?
I'm slowing down for you so you can follow along. Steve Jobs was the design director of Apple before he passed away. He was an employee. He had an employee position.
You just said he wasn't.
No, he was an employee. And he paid
Which is it, or
is? I am not an employee. I did not choose to be an
Okay,
employee.
I'm also not an employee of that company also.
Michael,
So
we're not talking about you.
by this company.
Michael, we're not talking about you. Steve Jobs appointed himself as the director of design of Apple.
Steve
That is
Jobs
before you
doesn't
listen
control how
carefully.
corporations are run. This has nothing to do with Steve Jobs.
Michael,
He's not a good example
I'm making an example.
because he had taxable income.
No, I'm making an alternate example for your point, for the employee point you made. Steve Jobs wasn't appointed as an employee position as the director of Apple. That is an employee position. He designed the Apple concept before he passed away. That is an employee position. The founders of organizations can, in fact, appoint shareholders if they decide. Like DST Global is a shareholder of Clubhouse, idiot. You can have corporations that operate as shareholders. You do not know what you're talking about.
They're an investor in Clubhouse. I was asking about who is on your board of directors. What are the names of the people on your board of directors? You can't
I just told you.
It's a person from DST Global. It's
No,
not.
brother, it's not.
You
It's
can't have a
representative.
company on
They
your
are
board of
representatives.
directors.
Brother, you can have representatives.
Okay, what is his name? What is his name?
There are specific people
Yes,
that
what are
operate
their
as
names?
representatives of the organization.
What
I'm not gonna
are
give
their
you
names?
of my private shareholders. What the fuck is wrong with you? They're
This is-
corporations for a reason, to protect their privacy and anonymity. That's why the people do corporate representation as shareholders. It's for privacy. It's for protection of liability. You sound dumb. Nobody appoints themselves in their fucking social security numbers to corporations that go and
Social security numbers? What are you talking about? Everyone that's on boards of publicly traded companies
Michael, you're scrambling.
100%
You're scrambling.
public.
You're scrambling.
They have to
There
be
are-
by law.
listen,
As a
Michael,
fiduciary, you should
Michael,
know these rules. You should know these rules.
I
as a
know the
fiduciary.
law. I know the law. DST Global, like you just said, a corporation can't operate as a
Yes.
shareholder.
What person on
I'm
DST
here-
from
I-
DST
I-
Global
I-
is on your board of
we can take
directors?
turns. We can
What
take
person
turns.
is on your board of directors?
There's 5 different representatives that represent.
What are their names? What is one of their
my board of
names?
directors? I have 150. I can't give you names.
How
That's a
big
fucking
is your board?
violation of
150 people?
I could give you names
Yes. I have
of my
153
own
shareholders
corporations.
around
I
the
don't know
world.
why.
You haven't even had enough time to just look up a random name on DST Global, and you could have said that person.
Listen, I'm not fucking lying to you.
You're
And
just
I'm not
making
giving
this
you
shit
a
up.
random fucking name from somebody. No, I'm
And
not.
you're intertwining
I'm using
a
Clubhouse
chief
as a fucking-
executive.
No,
and a
Michael,
trust
Michael.
and
This is
Davis
Michael,
and
this is
Steve
between
Jobs.
I'll tell you, it sounds
This is-
like you don't know how to read your own resume. That's how it sounds like it. Listen, it sounds like you don't know how to read your own
Read my
resume.
own resume.
That's right.
My resume is
Yeah,
not
that's how
public
weird it
since
sounds.
2019.
That's how
You sound
weird it
fucking
sounds,
dumb.
my man. No. It sounds like you don't know how to read your own resume. Just
My
ask
resume hasn't
ChatGPT
been
what that-
public since 2019. What are you
You're
talking about?
telling us things that
knows
are
from a lot of
relevant to your resume. Yeah, you're telling us things about your resume, your achievements, and you're talking about it in ways that a person who does those things wouldn't phrase it quite that way.
No, I got
That's
you.
why there's a
Brother,
disconnect.
no,
So
I got
that's
you.
why I say you don't know how to read your own resume.
I got you.
So just you know,
Let me go again. Hold up.
I got you.
You don't got a goddamn thing.
This is between me and Michael. This is between me and Michael and I.
No, nigga, this ain't between none of that.
I got you. Right.
Michael made a
Talking
statement.
King for this.
I'm not interested in actually
I messed up, and
Michael made a
I'm
statement.
gonna autocorrect
He
my shit.
said that corporations cannot
This is
operate
back
as
to you, man.
No,
That's what he said.
no, we
I
didn't.
held him accountable.
No, you
I
didn't.
said Clubhouse is an
No,
example
you didn't
of
do
how
anything.
shareholders can operate
All
as
you
corporations.
did, all
Yes.
you did
time?
This is
You're
a
gonna say,
very
have you not
serious.
been entertained?
No,
Right?
this is not a joke.
You even committed fucking, what is
This
that,
is how
plagiarism on that? That ain't your line.
listen, bro. This is how
That shit
corporate
fucking
entities work.
stupid, bro.
I'll school you and educate
You have a
bro.
sickness.
But I'm gonna keep it very.
You're ill.
I'm gonna keep it very.
And
I'm not
it's
here
boring.
to make up the
Now you
law.
gotta pick a different topic, right? Like at least we were talking about
operates
strongman and
as a
shit like that with
separate
Samoa and shit.
Yeah.
Wait, Mike.
You're talking
I
about
know you
boring
are,
ass
Mike.
shit, bro. Like,
Boring shit.
I know you're on
this
this.
is so boring. Because like we got into it, hey, person
Wait.
A, person this, person B,
Wait,
B shit, like,
Michael cares.
you know, it was all like chat GPT bullshit.
Look, guys.
This guy's just talking about himself, bro. This is weird.
You guys came in the room. You've been talking about me for hours.
I mean, I'm just saying, bro. Look, I hear you talk, and I hear like a sick man. That's what I hear. You have an illness.
Mike, the best thing you could do.
You have an
The best thing
illness.
you could do. Is
I
take
think
a
you're
new
well
start your
spoken. I'll say
step
that.
into a closet
And it's
and
unfortunate,
take
like
a
a well
That's
spoken
the best thing
person
you can do for yourself.
could actually use your skill on something else. You know what you could have been? You know that movie Catch Me If You Can? You could have been something like that.
He's living it
Right?
right
Like,
now.
how to sound real. Like you could like start a video. Hey, you want how do fake people sound real? Lesson number one. Right? And you can give lessons like that.
He sound like
That's the
some
way you're
old
probably
me,
gonna
bro.
make some money.
The brother just verified who I am.
You know what I mean? But like
Looked
you
up
don't
who
have
I am.
anything, bro. You just
So the
you
donation.
ruined yourself on like a fucking talking app.
So the donation that he's talking about, the one for Cora, the 100-something thousand. Cora said she called the donation. Called the organization and asked if they received a donation for under this amount, and they said no.
She can't just call and verify it anonymously.
Yes. They have
Because she's not on the
all
board
their
of directors
donations
at all.
All their donations are on the video.
Probably you left your confirmation number.
No,
They
I'm
used
talking about Cora.
They used. I was in the room.
Yeah.
Bro,
I didn't have a confirmation.
Cora posted all the donations.
Yes, you did.
No, she did not, because she's lied and said she was on the board of directors and she called for private.
No,
She
the
didn't. She
confirmation.
said she was you, or he said he was you, and he had the
No,
transaction
no.
number
Cora
to
is
just verify the
different
amount of
people.
the donation.
No,
Cora and
Cora's
Tucker
not
are
the
two
same
different
person.
people.
It sounds
not
like
the same
Cora. It
person.
sounds like Cora's claim is even more powerful than the other guys.
No,
Because it looks like
Cora-
there's some like verifiable
No,
things
Cora
on.
lied that she was on a board of directors.
Yeah,
She lied that she
what a
called the
coincidence. Hey, she
She
lied, but
lied
you're
that she
telling the
called
truth.
the company. She
So,
said
like,
she
let
was
me
on
ask
the
you
board
a
of
question, Oscar.
directors.
You
When
think
you
that there's a
Google the
page-
organization, she's
Are
not
you
on
saying
the
that
board
there's
of
a
directors
page
at all.
that reveal like the sources of the donation, right? Because sometimes they'll ask you, right?
I made an anonymous donation to the autistic
Oh,
charity
yeah, you
for
did. How much?
non-binary children.
How much?
This was for
How much?
$100,000. That was a real donation.
So that means you would see it on the page under anonymous, though, right?
We'll post a receipt for that.
I do have the receipt. Let me just-
Nah, the
And I
receipt,
have
bro.
the
That's
video
easy.
too. I
That's
have the
easy
video.
to Photoshop. That's what we do now. Hey,
The one in my
I have the-
PCR. I
you
just
can't
want to see if
Photoshop
the
a
font
video.
is the
hey,
same.
let me ask you this then. Hey, let me ask you this. Hey, Cosby,
You can't
why didn't
Photoshop
you
a
actually
video.
pay Knowledge $1,000? When you
Excuse me?
said you would. It was your idea.
You said what now?
$1,000, remember?
Yeah.
Repeat what you
$1,000.
said.
Remember, Mike?
Repeat what you
Yeah.
just said.
Okay, so look, you.
Repeat what you just said.
I'm telling you right now. Can you not hear me? Am I low? Look, you said I'll pay you guys for the moderators $1,000 to kick Mike and Dewey down.
Do you remember
Remember?
Knowledge told me to do that?
Oh,
No, he
Mike,
did not.
it was you. It was
Wait,
you.
hold on. Wait, Knowledge. You
No,
don't
hold on.
Well, you don't
No,
remember that
look.
Knowledge admitted
look.
to lying?
It wasn't Knowledge's idea. Knowledge
Yes,
was
it
going
was.
to facilitate your idea because he had the power. And not only that
Look,
too.
look right here. I have that.
And not only
screenshot.
that too, Knowledge
Wait,
was
I have
in
the
on it
screenshot
as
of the
I was
conversation.
at some point in time after the fact.
I
Right?
have the conversation in my PCR.
But, like,
what are you talking about?
If I'm not mistaken,
Wait, Mike,
didn't
PCR
your
right
shit
now.
like decline? No, didn't
Wait,
it like
no,
$1 thing
no,
decline or
not at all.
something like that?
Check my PCR right now.
You,
See what his idea-
I'm not looking at anything you say. I just want to be like, hey, you know what? I have a little bit of sickness too.
They put it on.
I mean, I got a little bit of a sickness too, so I'm not like, I don't even care.
I told him to send the money and I'll just send it back.
No. Look at the
And
PCR.
then when he sent it, did it show decline or some shit?
No, he didn't
No.
send money. He requested.
It said I'll send it right
Oh,
back after.
even
this.
worse,
Only for
even
convenience
worse.
purposes.
Even
I'll
worse.
He sent a request to
He
Knowledge.
said he'll send it back,
No.
right? Hey,
Don't talk. Wait, Mike. Look at the
wait,
PCR.
no, I'm not gonna do that. I know it bothers you too. I know
Look
it
at
bothers
the
you.
PCR.
My
It said,
style
I'll-
bothers
it's
you,
only
right? Like, that's
for
why last time
convenience purposes.
you're like, let me pay
He said that
somebody.
you sent the money
You
and
don't
then
like
posted
my
it.
style
It
because
said
I
LOL
don't
either
care.
the
did put
ability
it
to
on the
tune you out like
PCR.
I'm doing right now and talk.
You
And
said
you need to be
for
heard.
documentation
Part of
purposes,
your
I returned
scriptness
it
is like
all. I love the content though.
So what I'm saying is this: is that
That's
look,
what he said.
if you actually have the money, why did you request it to Knowledge and not actually give it to him, even though he said it was
Look
going to
at
give
the
back?
PTR if you want your
No,
answer.
no. You see, PTR, SPTR. I'm saying, why did you request it? Why did
He
you
told
give it to
me
him?
to do this.
He was going to give it right back to you. You know how when you play like pass the ball, you throw the ball to me, I throw it back to you.
Wait.
Why didn't you do that when you're losing $1,000? Why not?
So right here, he said it's for
Okay,
comedic
great.
purposes,
No, I'm
right?
saying, why didn't you give the money? If you don't want to answer
He
the
said
question,
it's
just say, I'll
only
stop
for
asking. Do you
comedic
not want to answer that
purposes.
question?
I just answered it. Knowledge
Okay, great.
himself
What was the
said
answer?
it's only for comedic purposes. That's what he said. I love the content.
No.
For
I know.
declined it.
Look,
Right, so play
I
along
know
with
what
the joke.
Knowledge did. I was at one point, if you didn't ask Knowledge, I was in on it, which means that even though I don't care about you, even though I think you're a liar, I still pretended that I saw the receipts, right? You can ask Knowledge. So I already knew about it that night. I knew about it that night. I got sent down, and I didn't ask to come back up because I actually made the idea. But after I realized, this is all just fucking whatever.
You have $170 million, $1,000.
You begged me for $1,000.
Mike is
So look, I did. I begged.
Mike not supposed to see like
Please, the way you begged me hurt. I begged for $1,000. Yes, give it to me. Hey, look. So what I'm saying is this: you're saying Knowledge that this is for a comedic purpose. So you're saying, look, I'm willing to play with Knowledge's pause. I'm willing to go with Knowledge in right, even though I initiated the idea. But what I'm saying is this: if you initiated it and he said he's willing to go with it, why didn't you actually send it to him? Why didn't you do what he asked you to do? Right? Why didn't you do what he asked? He said, send it to me, and then I'll give it back. Why didn't you do that? Oh, really? Is that $1 billion server you're on?
Is he on stage?
I don't know.
I don't see him anymore.
Great shit. I forgot Michael Butch.
Yeah. Remember, I was in on it. Hey, I saw it. And then, like, I didn't want to be negative, but, like, you can ask Knowledge. I go, hey, dog, I don't think King's going to get his money. Like, this confirms it even more. And I never trusted the guy, but, like, when I saw that, I was like, something along those lines.
We all said,
Yeah.
Exactly. No, it's all good. No, it's all good. I appreciate Knowledge. I appreciate you. Shit.
Hold on.
Kazi
Give me a
alone,
second.
man.
Yo, Concrete.
No, Concrete.
Wait, hold on. Give me a second.
Yes, Concrete. Yeah.
But Concrete, what do you do if the guy keeps stepping in the ring?
Real
Like,
quick.
you're trying to push him out. He's like, no, I want more.
Please.
What do you do?
That's a good question. You free Kazi, that's what you do. You free him. Let him live.
Before I go, one more thing before I go.
Look, dude, one more. I need one more.
I'll be back. I'll probably be back. Look, I'll probably be back a little bit.
One more. Please. Remember? I gotta choose it. I stuck your dick. Alright, guys, I gotta go.
I'll be back in just a little bit. But give me just a second.
Is your client here?
Mike is hilarious, bro.
This is what Kaz did. Give me just a second. Hold on.
Kazi, I just want you to get help, man. I just want you to get help, bro.
Look, I want you to check something out.
I just want you to get help, man. That's about it.
Nah. I just want you to get Hold on.
Look, at this point, Knowledge, it's clear this kid doesn't
This is
have
something I
money.
just wanted to.
It's clear that he's just a sociopath.
Hold on, PCR. Hold on, I got you.
You know?
PCR for me real quick. I just want you to see this, okay?
Bro, everybody
No,
was
this
there.
is for you, King. This is for you.
Everybody was there, Kazi.
King, hold on, King. This is for you.
You suggested it. Knowledge went along just to placate and have a good time. Nothing wrong with that.
I did it
Mike.
after I never received money because I said I put my cash out.
My bad, that is correct.
After I never received money, I said, you know what? Then I sent him a DM. I said, you know what? Let's just send it and I'll send it back.
Straight up. And I remember that. That is correct.
college decided to entertain after you didn't send the money, bro. Just stop all the play. Like, my thing is, be legitimate. Be legitimate like a concrete, like a knowledge, right? Like a mic. These guys got real businesses, right? Real shit that they put their hard, earn money into, their sweat, blood, and tears. Like, as a black man, that's what you should be doing, bro. Not this, like, scamming money here, there. Come on, bro. Come on, Kazi, bro. You just need to grow up, man. This is bad. This is terrible. And it sucks that every time I see you, I gotta do this, bro. Just don't get on stages saying all this dumb shit. Look, God got you in the Matrix right now. Because you a hoe-ass nigga. Even God knows you a hoe-ass nigga.
Came off the airplane mode.
What's good, Adams?
Yo, you think Adams will ever be normal again? That nigga lost his mind. Yo, he was talking so much shit about the autistic black baby that got called a nigger. And I don't understand it. Even if you hate the black culture, and you hate black women, and you think they're all degenerates, why in the world did you co-sign calling a baby a nigger? Can somebody explain that? Yo, just ask him. Somebody reach out to Adams. Anybody that can reach into his, that he respects, and just tell him, why would you shit on a baby that we called a nigger? He said, fuck that baby. He said some wild shit. It was crazy. This is our Christian brother, by the way, King Solomon.
Hey, look.
Who is bad shit crazy.
Like a nigga? You deserved it.
You tried to hit hard with that last one.
Oh, something has to bring them back to normalcy, right? You are a Christian. You don't shit on babies. No matter how much you hate black people.
I understand where you're coming from. Concrete, I do. I'm not gonna act like I don't. I do think kids are, a line I don't cross, and I don't think, as Christians, I don't think we should cross that line. But Clubhouse brings out the worst of our demons, and I just think for folks like Adams and others, they just let that get to them a little more than maybe you or I would. But I agree with you. We should, as Christians, we should be careful talking on the kids and stuff like that. Now, it is interesting, Concrete, that it came out that the kid was, rumbling through the woman's bag, because I didn't know that in the first instance. But I don't think that even that is something that would...
Yeah, that still don't warrant it.
Yeah, it doesn't lead to I agree. It doesn't lead to, what she did.
Give me a second. So, Concrete.
Yo, Kazi,
I'm about to leave.
I'm not getting in the middle of this, Kazi.
Well, you can see my PCR, right?
Bro, there's nothing you're gonna do.
Solomon, I need an advocate.
We're not getting in the middle of this, Kazi.
You don't have to.
We got Sister Monica. What happened on Adams? I'm not getting in the middle of your shit, Kazi.
No. You don't have to get in the middle of it or no shit like that. I'm just saying, if I wanted to pay you, King, if you read my PCR, I could pay you at any time.
Bro, Kazi. Do you know how easy it is to make this type of receipt, bro?
Photoshop shit, Kazi. Are you
That's
okay?
right.
What's wrong?
Are you dumb?
You literally
Are you really that
photoshopped
stupid?
my PCR.
It was Photoshop.
This guy, Smoke, he really thinks it's hard to make this.
Niggas
I
make this
cannot
every
check
day.
it. Hold on. Let me show you something.
Guys,
Kazi, watch what I do right now. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna make this right now.
this isn't. Look, guys, if it was Photoshop,
Watch.
I would literally be hiding the client information.
Watch. Well, no. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna make this
What it says
right now.
is
Hold on.
Vice Capital Inc. Tier 3.
I'm gonna make that right now.
That's what it says.
Kazi, can I ask you a question?
And Kazi, how much do you want me to say on the receipt that I received? How much?
20,000, 25,000. It's free.
Yeah, let's do 25,000. Hold on. 25,000.
But if you make all this money, what's the point of an educational platform?
It's free. It's philanthropy.
Oh, you're doing philanthropy work.
It's free. Yes, it doesn't cost anyone anything. It's an education.
So why not go to the hood and do free classes?
I do. I go to universities like Clemson University, I went to UXC where I graduated from.
That's not the hood, bro. That is not
Brother,
the
that's
hood, bro.
it. No, I said I've gone to schools
You
and
know what,
universities
Cosby?
in the hood.
Cosby, say I believe you, right? Say I believe you. What's your company's business model?
My company's business model
Yeah.
is a
Can you explain it in detail?
Yeah.
And how y'all generate revenue?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay.
I'm a fintech developer. I'm a fintech developer in the tech space, and I have been for the past 6 years.
No, he's not.
Here's the business model. Believe me, pay me.
You asking this guy a question that he has rehearsed responding.
It's not rehearsed.
Fucking lie. So ask him something else.
Okay, I got you.
No, Miss Smoke, I'm gonna call you privately.
No, the fuck you not. Are you okay? I got a man. Don't call me. My man does not approve. The fuck?
Look, I'm
not that interested.
Look, I'm a back channel you with my company.
You ain't gotta do that
either. You with my company. Look, you ask me a question. If you're not, that's cool. So don't ask me shit.
Yeah, how was your business tax?
If you want to know, don't ask
Because
me
you
questions.
say you don't pay no taxes, right?
This guy is a cat with one coin. Rattles makes a lot of noise, but it's fucking that.
Shut your butt back.
Wait, hold on. I know
Mexico
Point
ass.
Taylor's not talking to this. Wait, hold on. Give me a second. I know Point. Wait, hold on. Give me a second. Wait, hold on. Concrete. I know Point Taken's not. I know Point Taken's not talking.
Drug cartel, fucking
good for
piece of
nothing.
shit.
Hold on.
Kill some innocent people, you fucking weirdo.
I want to make a point before I go.
Fucking dope fiend. Shut up.
Guys, I want to make a point.
Don't fucking make fake dolls out of cocaine.
No good
Piece
father.
of shit.
Live in the
Get the
hood.
fuck up out of this country.
To America.
You still gotta get up out of this country. You still gotta
contribution.
pack your shit up.
You're
Get the fuck out.
useless.
Get the fuck out.
do the right thing.
On the system.
Get the fuck
Get
out.
the
Shut
fuck
up.
Worst
Shut
thing
up.
that ever
And
walked
pack
here.
your bags.
Well, not all of them.
Pablito.
Just
Fucking Manuel. Fucking
people
shut
like you,
up.
the niggas, they get the
You gotta go back home and pick cotton for real.
Yo, no.
Yo, Chorizo, you need to chill, bro. You know we not doing that, bro. You know that, bro. Come on now.
What's this, King?
I
Oh,
just
King, you
want to
good.
say, look.
Where's the concrete? Where's the concrete? You know we don't. Where's concrete? Concrete, bring us more. Freaking black piece of shit.
you hear me speaking.
Who's
So
this?
Kazi, fuck you, nigga.
Yeah, fuck you, nigga, Kazi.
Hold on, give me.
I got the
Look,
receipt
check this
right
out.
now.
That's
Watch, yo. I got the
Probably
receipt
do every
name
night.
right now. Give me a
I've
minute.
never heard a woman in
I
your
got a name
background.
right now. Hold on. Give me a minute.
I've never heard a woman in your background.
PTR.
You're homosexual. I've never heard a woman in your background.
Is he fucking
All right,
serious?
leave it alone. There's a lot of projection on this application. The woman.
Shut up, Kazi. You pussy, nigga.
It's going down. My Instagram subscribers are going down, not going up.
This person just said, I've been lying for 4 years. You've been lying.
You're still in this fucking country, Pablito. You're not getting the fuck out. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll catch your fucking pussy.
Hold on, concrete. This is important. Point. You're a grown man on this application pretending you don't have an Adam's apple in your throat. You are the person projecting that someone has been lying for the past 4 years. You've been lying blatantly to everyone on this application that you're not a grown
We
man.
already knew
You
whose
put
point
another
was. Are
person's
you
fake
okay?
fucking face on your PTR. You are a grown
You're not
man.
making sense.
All right.
You know whose
No.
point.
The point that I'm making, Miss Smoke, is that no, I got you. No, that's not the point I'm making. We all know who the point is. That's not my point. The point that I'm making is there's a lot of masculine men. Wait, hold on. There's a lot of masculine. No, I got you, Smoke. I got you. There's masculine women on the stage and there's feminine men on the stage projecting.
PTR, Photoshop, Kazi. That's all you know for 4 years. You've been photoshopping.
Miss Point,
lying.
can you use your real voice for us?
You don't trade. You don't do anything. You're in a halfway house.
Can you use your real voice for us, goddamn?
Hold on.
Could you use your real voice for us, goddamn?
Hold on. This is my real voice. Kazi's a sociopath, a liar, a psychopath. He's been talking about financial.
Breaking news. My candidate.
Then we found out he's in a halfway house in Brooklyn.
See, I'm ramming it. See.
I'm not in a halfway house.
See.
Maybe talk about the Tobis.
Everyone is dancing. Happy birthday.
That's the argument you heard.
Can I finish? Or is it trigger
bothering you too much? Anyway, so
Go ahead, Chino.
can you move in while I finish? Can you move in while I finish? And then you can bring him back up.
But you're
So
a grown
Cosby,
man. You don't get the grace of a woman on this stage. You don't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I shouldn't expose you. Okay. Now, can you move in while we finish?
This
Yo, what is that sound? What the fuck was that?
You heard? That was his real laugh. That was his real laugh.
Excuse me. Your stock projections were written down for 3 years, and we found out you were capping about Bitcoin, Apple, other stocks you had analyzed. We knew you were full of shit then. So we waited. We did a spreadsheet, and we said, his projections, all full of shit. So you're a liar, pants on fire. You know, you must be related to Pinocchio. All you do is lie on top of lies, on top of another lie, and then you Photoshop to get your way out of it. People know about it, Kazi. It's old. Give it up, get therapy. Therapy is not expensive if you have health insurance. Do you have health insurance, Kazi? Do you have health insurance, Kazi? Health insurance, Kazi? Health insurance?
My corporation, yes, I do. It's through Medina. That's what it's through. I have Medina Health Insurance. Would you like to see the pamphlet?
No, I'd like you to go look up the definition of a sociopath. A sociopath.
A sociopath is somebody who pretends to be a woman online and they have a fucking fake face. That's what a sociopath is, and you are projecting.
PTR definition of a sociopath.
PTR, the last selfie you took.
PTR photoshopping lessons 1, 2.
No, lady.
PTR.
PTR, the last selfie you took, sir. PTR, the last selfie you took.
So, Kazi had a group of people one time on Clubhouse, and they all found out he was a clown.
PTR. You know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy? It wouldn't, because I was gonna change the it's a fuck Kazi Inc. and like some other things. I was gonna change some other things, but ChatGPT wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me say fuck Kazi. It wouldn't let me say a couple of things.
Oh, wow.
But as you can see, one shot. This is one shot. Concrete. No, I just said make me a receipt. Change this to this, and then it told me, oh, okay, I'll add all these elements. Do you want this? And I said, no, change this to fuck Kazi. There's I can't do that. And I said, okay, just do the original, and that's what it produced. No, one shot. One fucking shot, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No.
Yo, can we?
Fucking shot.
Yo, Kazi, let's drop the topic.
Damn, Cos, I just got back and I'm like, damn, that looks.
So check this. You can say, hey, make me a federal court order to do this, and then in the next instance, you can just submit the court order to the AI system and get it to reveal all sorts of things. So that's exactly the kind of trick that King is talking about. So it's really good at fabricating receipts, court orders, all sorts of shit.
So easy. And again, this was with
in high school. You was the man.
No
what the fuck happened to you?
This is with no other prompts, just one prompt. No suggestions, no hey, change it here, none of that. One prompt.
Therapy for Kazi. Therapy for Kazi.
You were molested by your father. You need therapy. That's why you pretend to be a woman on the application, because you identify with
shut the fuck up, Kazi. You pretend to be a billionaire. The fuck?
No,
why is that any different?
My companies are public. What the fuck are you talking about?
We gotta get some therapy for Kazi.
And you know, the difference between me and you, King, is that you've been a grown man.
The difference between me and you is I
you don't have a company.
I don't gotta lie about it. That's the difference.
You don't have a company under your name.
Everybody was here. Everybody was here when Jazzy verified one of my accounts and it had 37,000 in. That's just one of them. That's one of my accounts.
Let's talk about you real quick.
Everybody was here.
Let's talk about
that's
you.
the difference between
you. Don't have a company.
You have yet to verify every actual money. The wallet that you did try to verify, we had some Bitcoiners come in and actually do forensics on it.
Bitcoiners are not a thing.
Bitcoiners. They did a forensics on it and showed that from out of the 7 years that you had that wallet, only about $900 about no fucking money. You broke,
We
nigga.
already
I'm not.
exposed you, bro.
That's the
We already
difference. You're
exposed
fucking
you.
broke.
I
Can't give
offered
a
you
$1,000
for you to put video proof of
Shut
an
your
account
bitch
with your
ass
name on
up
it. You
before I
couldn't
call
fucking do
INS
that.
on your
As a
bitch
matter
ass.
of fact, you put
Concrete.
another person, you put a
Something
project
that's
wallet
Shut the
public.
fuck up before you get
You
the
put a
fuck out of
project
here.
wallet public that you say you handle.
That's
You
the
don't have a
difference between
corporation.
me and you, nigga. Nobody believes you.
That's
That's
because
the difference.
you've lied 24/7 on this application about
You know
my
how many
name to
you,
build
you
up
know
your
how many cash
reputation.
apps I'm flexing on this fucking app?
Concrete, what's your
To
thing?
build a reputation.
You know how many people I'm picking here? Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna send
Solomon
you your
Digby,
daddy to
150.
fucking
Okay,
bitch
yeah.
ass.
Solomon Digby, 150. Oh
You
yeah,
sit
yeah.
back on
Solomon
that
Digby,
fucking
75.
lap.
It's
Call
a game
Crazy
changer.
here.
We came
Call
back.
Crazy here. You know how many times? You know how many times
You
I bought
pretended.
Crazy
Look,
hoodies?
you're
But niggas, I didn't even collect that shit. I bought hoodies for other people.
Point
Call Crazy here. Crazy will tell you.
You don't know isn't
I bought a bunch of crazy shit and I gave it away. I didn't even receive it. Nigga, I'm not you. I don't gotta lie about shit.
Fraud. You were exposed for shitcoin.
Fuck is you
You have
talking
projects
about?
that have no fucking market value. You were exposed
What are you
by
talking
the
about?
biggest faces on X, and you ran. You have 200 followers on fucking X. You're a nobody, bro. You're a nobody. You got exposed by the
Wait,
biggest Wolf
Concrete.
Financial.
Not too much.
exposed
Not
you.
too much on King.
No. Wolf Financial
I
exposed
appreciate
you on
that.
X. You have 200 fucking followers.
You
That's okay.
No. Focus on what's don't deflect. Don't deflect.
You said I only got 200 followers.
Wolf
Can somebody go on my
Financial.
Twitter and see
Look,
how many followers I have?
Wolf
I only got
Financial.
200.
Not 200.
No, Wolf Financial.
I only got two.
Wolf Financial.
You see
500,000
how he's
followers.
lying?
Exposed
to
your
me?
project
You see this?
on X. Wait, hold on. You just lied about the
But
fact
we
that
went-
I
Kazi, why you lying? Kazi, why you gotta lie though? Why you gotta lie, bro?
But King
And you
Solomon, we checked Kazi's page, and Kazi's Instagram is full of bot followers. Like it's not.
Yup.
No, it's not.
That
You
is
can
bad.
look and audit my
It's
Instagram.
literally bots.
You can go and audit Instagram. You can audit my page and see all my fucking followers
We
are real.
did.
Why make up a
and
lie?
They were bots.
Man, the engagement on my tweets and my posts are not fucking fake.
It's
They're
crazy.
literally fake.
Look, if
You're
somebody has
lucky
more
I'm in
followers
the
than you,
midst
they
of like
automatically fake.
cleaning my garage and selling stuff to people. But
Make sure you play your role.
you said
Man, shut the fuck up, Kazi. You pussy, nigga.
Okay.
Make sure you play your role.
Look,
What does that mean? What does that mean, non-homeowner? What does that mean? What does that mean? Bum that lives in New York in a shoebox.
Wait, I don't live in
Literally.
New York.
Smoke.
$900
Smoke out of 7 years. This man
Wait. I don't live.
showed us a
I
wallet.
don't
He
live
only
in New York.
moved $900 out of 7 years, and it had no money
No,
in it.
dummy. Atomic Wallet only
You're a
had 1 year
fucking
of history.
retard.
I don't
We did a
use
forensic
Atomic Wallet.
audit on your. We did a
No, you
forensic
didn't.
audit on that wallet, sir.
Bro, I'm about to drop
You're
the wallet in
broke.
the chat
Just
right
be
now.
honest about it.
I'm
Just
gonna
be
drop the
honest
wallet
about
in
it.
the
You
chat.
did a forensic on my Ethereum wallet, nigga. Millions, bro.
The blockchain
Millions,
has
bro.
all the history of a wallet. Doesn't matter if atomic wallet. That doesn't make sense.
That is correct. Was that Mike? That is correct. Whoever said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Mike. Yeah, Mike, that is correct. So I don't know what he's talking about. We had actually it was the homie Silver.
Look, why do you have to lie? And why do you wait? Hold on. The wallet is in the chat. Why do you have to say? Data got exposed. Data got exposed for not having $10,000 to his name, but he's such a professional worldwide forensic data analyst, right? That's a fucking lie. Nobody has data on his payroll. Data's a fucking nerd that got exposed, and I cooked it that up.
Kazi, why
you
you
tried to use him
Kazi?
as a fucking reference point.
Everybody
My
knows
wallet's
who
in the
Data
chat.
is.
Everyone
Why
can go
you
see
lying
it.
on that man?
No, they don't.
Oh, this is
Why doesn't he have
embarrassing.
$10,000 to his name? Why doesn't he have any
Fucking
corporations
embarrassing.
registered to his
Everybody
name?
knows Data, bro. You
No,
can't
it
lie
didn't
on
answer
that
my
man's
question.
reputation.
Didn't
Everybody
answer
knows
my
him.
question.
He's well known.
Answer my question.
His work is
Don't
well
deflect.
Kazi,
Don't
Kazi,
deflect.
I'll give you a wallet address. Send $1 from that wallet to my wallet.
That
I
wallet
thought,
has
yeah,
money in
what
it,
is
dumbass.
searching for?
It has $3.68. Send $1.
Does your annual audits?
Excuse
Say
me?
it again, Smoke.
Who does your annual audits every year? What company?
Tell me that you have not. Yes.
Goldman Sachs. You see my point, ladies and gentlemen?
I would have believed him if he said don't wait.
EY.
PNG. You know,
The craziest shit is.
So Cappuccino, you agree that he's a sociopath? Cappuccino, you agree that he's a sociopath?
Wait, I think the craziest thing.
Yes, I agree too.
I got you.
The man is clearly a sociopath. He needs help.
The reason I'm in this room right now was for my
Just to be clear, hold on. Just to be clear, when I asked you who does your annuals for finances, you said that Goldman Sachs does your
Auditing, yes.
annual. They're literally not an accounting firm.
Oh, that's
Goldman
crazy.
Sachs is not an accounting
They have
firm.
accounting firms associated with
No,
it. Yes,
they
do.
don't.
Goldman Sachs.
Associated
For high net worth individuals, yes,
Right,
they
if
do.
they're associated with them, you would use the
Here,
name
I can explain how it's possible, right? So imagine hold on, Kazi, hold on. I'm gonna try to help you out. So imagine I'm a wealthy person, and I'm like, look, bro, I know you, Goldman Sachs. I'm already with you. You're already managing my money. We're doing well. I want you to add on an extra service, and I don't even want to think about it. Just send me the bill, get it done. In which case, they'll just hire. Bro, just. Why are you over talking me? Why are you over talking me, Kazi? Why are you over talking me?
She was talking about
Kazi, why are you over talking me,
She was talking about corporate tax.
Kazi, why are you over talking me, Kazi? Why are you over talking me, Kazi? Oh, okay. Anyway, so it's easy to understand that they would have in-house accountants. They can have out-of-house accountants. It's not that complicated. Accountants, you can hire $80,000 per Goldman Sachs, $1 billion company. You can get a fucking 1,000 accountants if you wanted them, and then you can get them from all the top firms. Not a problem.
Thank you, Conquer.
It's not impossible for a financial firm to either hire accountants on your behalf or have in-house accountants to do their work.
The question was about the corporation. This wasn't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what accounting work is. It doesn't matter what accounting work. Look. Calm down. So listen. I'll explain it to you. So even myself, if you were my financial client, and you said, hey, Concrete, I know you. I love the way you work. I want this augmented service. Me personally, I could hire fucking accountants to do whatever accounting I wanted. Why? Because people work on contracts. They don't care where they get the contract from.
No,
you can hire them.
But that's important, Concrete.
Why are you arguing about this, bro? Why are you arguing this?
It has to be done by that company.
Why are you arguing this? Don't argue this. It's simple stuff.
It's not.
Oh my God. You
know everything.
I don't know everything, but I know this. Sorry.
Right. Medical insurance provider.
Please tell us how it's not possible. Go ahead.
Therapy, Kazi.
Go ahead. Tell us how it's not possible. I want to hear how it's not possible for Goldman Sachs to do your auditing. Go ahead. I want to hear.
Medical insurance company. Medical insurance company.
No, I want to hear your submission. You interrupted me. You overtalked me. So now I want to hear your submission. Go ahead.
I didn't interrupt you.
I'll wait for your submission.
You came to booty clap and flirt.
I'll wait for you to submit. I'll wait for you to submit. Let me know when you're gonna submit and not be a ghetto hood rat. I didn't think you were. Congratulations. My predictions came. That's all you got is your ignorance and your questions. Good job.
You guys have medical insurance, Kazi? What's your coverage and who's your provider? Because you need therapy. It's real simple. It's not complicated. You keep on talking about stupid talking points, and then he weaves you in, lies on top of the lie, talks more financial shit, deflects, and then lies again and This has been since 4 years. It's old. It's funny. It's very humorous. Yes, it's content, but it's therapy. The need.
I agree. Wow, Cappuccino, I don't think I've ever agreed with you ever until now.
Yeah, but if you moved him, I could tell you some deep stories about this motherfucker. But you guys keep
Shut the fuck up. Whenever they need moderation, they moderate.
I just want to say fuck Ali. I didn't want to say fuck Busher. Them bitch ass niggas never bring me up. He actually on all you bitch niggas.
Not true. Not true.
So Kaza used to have a trading room back in the day, right? And we were in other trading rooms, and he'd come to that trading room and do all these predictions of where Bitcoin's going in the next 3 months. So I've created this thing, a spreadsheet with the guy who owned the room, and said every time he comes in, at the corner of the spreadsheet, write the prediction, the date, and the amount of what he's predicting.
Yeah.
He didn't know we were doing this. Yo, wait.
Shout out to Galaxy for being a real nigga.
Yo, after 4 weeks.
Shout out to Knowledge for being a real nigga. Having a book for
4 weeks. Kazi came in the room, we read his spreadsheet, and we said, you said Bitcoin was moving on a trajectory doing this in 3 months. Here we are 3 months later. What happened? And we give him a chance to speak. Then we go to Apple or Tesla or any other thing he mentioned, because we already knew once he said it.
Your voice sucks, bro. Chill, man. You've been going too much. Pause. We don't want to hear it all. Calm down, bro. Chill.
Yo,
Take a break.
Galaxy, you ever notice that after you packed up, what's his name, Butcher, that you don't speak no more?
We exposed it a long time ago.
It's good because you just did about.
So the ones discussing with Kazi.
Oh, you took a 5-second break, bro. That's not a fucking enough. Shut up.
Yeah, you're probably as sick as Kazi. That's why you're having a dialogue.
Imagine you calling somebody.
Imagine having a discussion with a fake financial person in a halfway house. So you're the real clown. You're the real clown. You're the real
Not the
clown.
dude with the fake black woman voice, right? Not the white dude with the fake black woman voice, right?
No, because I'm a model and a TV actress, a hairdresser, a dentist, and a rapper. What do? You hire illegal immigrants to pour inferior concrete. Now you have no workers due to ICE and immigration. And you're just as sick as Kazi. Therapy. Therapy is what you need.
Okay. So what you got cooking?
I know I hit a
You had
nerve.
meetings the other day?
I know I hit a nerve, right, Concrete?
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
I can pack you motherfuckers up in less than a minute. So don't fuck around and find out. I'll put all your shit out there. You're hiring illegal immigrants, and you had failed concrete results, and you sold it to clients.
Your voice sucks, man. Calm down. Look, you see how? Here's another incident of smoke coming from me. I had to put belt to ass, and now she's on mute.
Tell me that you have not received a royalty from any entity that you ever oversaw the distribution of money in research
Wait, did someone
grants.
say rebar? I'm not a concrete.
Well, first of all,
but I do recall a rebar incident from 2020.
Exactly.
You won't point that one.
I can expose them all. That's why they don't let me talk.
Not knowing
That's
what
why
was
they
going
don't
on
let me
and then
talk.
trying to critique it.
I'm not
after it
critiquing.
got
I just said.
No, not you. After it
tell
got
me that you
after
have
it
not
got
received a
expected and
royalty
passed and
from
before
any
it
entity
is
that you ever.
per the government.
Your point, put it this way. He had number 5 rebar that only had 20 inches.
Yeah, I saw the shit. I saw that shit. Yeah, I saw that crappy shit. That's why they don't want me to talk, because they know I can pull out all kinds of receipts on their asses. That's why they interrupt me when I talk. They're like, oh Lord, don't let Cappuccino get started. He's
Yo,
gonna
we got
explode.
Edmonds. We got this fucking nigga. Who else is like on this level of fucking autism?
And we got you.
Because even Rich isn't on that level. Rich is like below tier on this level of autism.
Why are you so disturbed and triggered that I'm talking?
Your voice sucks. Your natural voice probably sounds better than your fake voice. That's the problem. Nature is telling you not to use your fake voice. It makes you repulsive in social environments.
Therapy. You and Kazi. Therapy.
Yo, King, you there?
Yes, sir. What's good, man? Yo, shout you out, man.
Shout out, not now.
say? What was said?
Anyways, shout out my black brother, Knowledge. Shout you out, you a real nigga. Unlike that pussy nigga Nathan. He just mad. I understand why.
I want to be a nigga.
I can't fault him for that. I understand why he mad. But Knowledge stood 10 toes down. So.
Yeah, ditto to that. I can't quite
you too,
put
Ayo.
it that way, but yeah, shout out to King and Knowledge for keeping it.
You too, Ayo. You kept it real too.
And me.
And me.
Free Kazi.
Yo, fuck that nigga Kazi. Fuck that nigga.
Man, it's like getting, I don't know, man. Y'all shouldn't get upset at Kazi, man.
And
the man just gotta pay. That's it.
Yeah, the thing concrete
That's
is,
it.
my thing concrete is, he brings down the value of good black men like me, you, Knowledge. Like, he brings down our value. Adam too. He brings down our value.
Yo, Adams brings down our value way
I mean, look, here's my thing with Adams. It's complicated with Adams. Because I've known Adams for a very long time. I fuck with him because of, like, the fact that I've known him so long. Like, yes, he's controversial. I get that. He gets on my ass sometimes. You hear him say crazy shit to me. I be like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
mental.
But Concrete, we done been in me and Adams done been in battles with other niggas, bro. Like on this app. And I got, for me it's like I'm just loyal, man. When I fuck with you, I fuck with you, bro. I don't care what nobody does. That's how I am. And so I'm willing to look at Adam's faults because he has a lot, right? And I'm willing to give grace when it comes to those things versus, the positive that he has. But I understand if somebody just met him, why they be like, fuck this,
point of the blacks.
What you say, Trees?
Concrete is a theory of the blacks.
I'm surprised that Concrete's I'm the stepdaddy energy, I'm the big daddy protector energy didn't come out, because usually when there's a broken baby bird on stage, Concrete needs to defend.
I'll be like, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. I got this. You're right, Tally, you're right. And I did try.
Sure.
Following the first thing inside of you in a long time, following it, and I like it.
I didn't get on your ass or whatever. As a matter of fact, Concrete, you know how many people like, man, why you fuck with Concrete so much? Oh, you just trying to Concrete yourself. You think I give a fuck what they, you know how many times they call me, oh, you just trying to be Concrete. I'm like, do you think that's not a fucking insult to me? I fuck with that nigga. You telling me that's fine. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, when I fuck with you, I don't care what people say. I don't. That's how I've always been, man.
Solomon.
Here's what it is. What's good?
I haven't seen this side of you in so long, and I miss it.
Knowledge.
Welcome back.
Knowledge. Yes, ma'am.
Welcome back to the dark side.
I tried to put it away. I tried to put it away, man. No, for real.
I don't identify as a lieutenant. To clarify, my position is hostess.
Wait, Tally, is Monica kicked off? Forever?
There was a meeting yesterday morning. Actually, quite a few things were covered, but essentially, it resulted in a weekend stage ban for Monica.
Oh, okay, cool. I was like, holy shit.
Free Monica now. Free Monica now.
Anyways, I really would have played the clip if it ever made it to the distribution.
Oh, content will get it. And
So during the pandemic, Cosby was selling a program
and he scammed a lot of people in the trading rooms because they were stupid anyway to even listen to this fool. But I can tell you more, but you keep cutting me off. Keep cutting me off. Keep cutting me off.
No one's cutting you off now. Now what?
So anyway, he went out into financial investments, and the fact that he had this multi-million-dollar corporation, and all he could show was Photoshop screenshots of bullshit. I was always just in the background, because I was like, this motherfucker wants to think I was born yesterday. But see, it was during the pandemic that Kazi came alive. There was nothing going on in his life prior. You could tell he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't doing anything prior.
Tell me that you have not.
Come up with this persona, and then that's all good and dandy if you like that kind of shit. But the worst part, he got money from other people. That's where I draw the fucking line. You stupid ass scamming bitch, because I know he's probably still here in a burner form. You scamming motherfucker. You knew nothing about the stock market. You were claiming bogus claims. You'd come into various trade rooms, and he wouldn't stay long. He'd stay like 3 minutes. And then when you had a question or something,
We're all familiar. Don't need a recap. Thank you, homie.
So Concrete, you and your inferior rebar should be locked up. You know what I'm saying? Because you were using scam labor from illegal immigrants to pour Concrete for clients. That's illegal. But that's another topic. Let's open up another room and talk about that, Concrete. And by the way,
well, actually, I did see something regarding.
Tally, come up with a topic, Tally, that does not include anything that Point is interested in.
Okay, but it's about immigrants.
Yeah, let's talk about union labor.
Personally, I have really enjoyed the turn towards philosophy that occurred over the last week, but I'm not the mod to speak to that. Butcher would have to wake up. Trayvon would have to wake up. But I can tell you about the 450,000 migrant children who crossed the U.S.-Mexican border without their parents during the Biden administration. And essentially what's happening is Trump's administration is performing door-knock checks, like wellness checks on these children, but they're also taking DNA samples, I would suppose, to match them with their parents or verify the relationship, because most of the time they'll be placed with sponsors. Some of those are familial ties here in America, and some of them are just unrelated parties who have an interest in housing migrants. I'm uncomfortable with the DNA sampling the checks. I understand the utility, but ultimately, because of the security issues that 23andMe had, I'm still uncomfortable with sampling the DNA of children and housing that.
The DNA sampling is to prevent sex trafficking. That's the purpose. To prevent people having kids that are not theirs and trafficking.
Yeah. And if you want to know what the average cost of a child is, it's about $9 a week.
Have not received a royalty from any entity that you ever oversaw the distribution.
There was a Guatemalan.
Child should be more fucking valuable if it's only fucking $90.
I know.
I want a fucking $90 child.
Yeah, it's fucked. Sorry, go ahead, Ted.
No, I'm aware of, I think it was Guatemalan who had a 14-year-old use his sister's birth certificate to gain access to the States, still illegally, but he was her sponsor because she was...
We gotta remove those sassy ass niggas.
Explain yourself.
Okay, this has been the Kazi Financial Scam Movie. Go to Vice4X on Instagram to see more. This is the Kazi Financial Scam Movie. I hope you've enjoyed. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. This is a 2-hour Kazi Financial content scam movie exclusive recorded by Adrian Dittman. I hope you've enjoyed it.